shoot him in the head. Like, I think that's what happened. Like, because he was, I mean, it was life or death, and he did the right thing. I like Eugene. I didn't when I found out what he was. Like, I sort of knew, but like in that scene where he reveals, he's like, I made some shit up. And then I was like, please kill him. I was like, Abraham, please kill him. And I mean, I knew it, and everyone I was talking to around that time was like, yeah, he's totally like, there's no way he is for real, because that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And I was like,
just gotta flip the switch.
Yeah. Well, I was like, that's fun. I like that storyline, so I'm cool with that.
But he was into the Washington thing. He knew that.
Oh yeah, I just hate his entitlement. He's like, I came up with the Washington idea, so I'm cool, right? And they're all like, nah, Eugene, fuck. I don't know why we keep you alive, but we do.
Because he's got cool hair, obviously.
I do like it. I was so put off by it at the first, but then like as I grew to know Eugene as a character, I was like, yeah, good on you, brother. Keep it up.
Good work.
Good luck. Oh, should I post links? I should. We can chat while we do that.
I'm still a fan of the governor. I reckon he was my favorite character in it.
Favorite villain though? Can we like say? So can we get him away from character, because like he is brutal. That dude was gross. Dude, Herschel was like my favorite before that. So like at that was like one of the moments where
I cried.
Yeah, I cried.
I
cried for Herschel.
I was like, oh man, I cannot deal with this, and I didn't watch any of the show. Right.
I watched the rest of that because I was like, the governor's still like a strong character, and I respect a show that doesn't pull punches. Like, I respect a show that's going to do what it has to do. Because if it doesn't make sense that Herschel would survive at all. Like, the fact that they cut his leg off and he was cool, it was like, what? Like, Herschel was meant to die in season 2. Like, I don't know if he's meant to or whatever in the comics, but like, in a storyline sense, why not? Like, I mean, I get it. He teaches Rick farming. He was like, you gotta be a cool man, Rick. Hey, Rick. Farming some tomatoes with your boy, Rick? Oh, I bet you meet a one-eyed man soon that drives you to unimaginable lengths. It was a good boss battle.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great boss battle. I like Tyrese though as well.
Oh, Tyrese is the man.
He was a tank.
He was meant to be Rick's right-hand man through the whole storyline, apparently.
Really?
That's what people have told me, yeah, that Tyrese is like meant to be Daryl. Like, Daryl does Tyrese's job in the show of being Rick's like trusted assassin or whatever the fuck.
I thought they'd keep Tyrese
not assassin.
like ever.
Spoilers. Spoilers for Walking Dead if you're watching. Yeah. I don't like Sasha's progression after that either. I think she's just fucking a dipshit.
Crazy.
I hate her. I'm just like, not even though. Michonne was like smart. Like Michonne was thinking, right? She was like avoiding stuff when she was doing her like psycho period. But like Sasha was just like, I'm a fucking nutcase. Hey.
She's a good shot though.
I do like that about her. Have you seen her nap yet? I don't know which episode it's in. It might be in the start of the next one.
The nap.
She just takes a little nap, and it's super out of her character that she's got right now. I'm not sure if you would have seen it yet. And I'll let you figure the rest of that out.
She's gonna have a nap.
She's gonna have a nap.
No power nap.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest scene in the show. It's like, I think I need a little power nap. And she just walks off for 15 minutes, comes back. It's like, I feel refreshed. And like, in the meantime, Carol's been like shanking children and shit. Dude, Carol is off the chain. Carol, I love Carol. I do like her, and I love that as soon as she gets in a position where she's back in society, she like goes back to being this like fucking sociopath. Like, I was like, you are great. You're like what Rick wants to be, but Rick's a fucking psycho ever since.
And just wears it all out there.
He wears his insanity on his sleeve. That's true. He's like not afraid of being insane at all. I love Rick. Such a lie when he shaved. I was like, you don't mean that. That's coming back in like half an hour.
And it kind of did.
Oh, it did. He's back to stubbly.
It was already stubbly.
Yeah. I think they were trying to show him coming back to reality and then just growing back. Like, that's what he is. Like, he is scruffy and he is this hunter and this warrior now. I don't know. Rick's progression's great. I think it's one of the best character progressions in a show I've seen because it's just like they don't pull punches with it, and I think people give that show a lot of crap for being a zombie show, but like I don't know what people's problem with zombies are.
I had a zombie dream last night. So jazzy.
It's because you guys watched what was it, 15 episodes in a night or something? You said?
Yeah. No. Or we've been watching 4 episodes every day.
Yeah, but you've been nutting through it. I'm not surprised. Hey, it's Daredevil. Hey, Daredevil. Have you been watching Daredevil?
Yeah, I haven't been watching Daredevil. You wanna wait till?
You can't say you wait till it's all out.
No, on Friday the Supernova. There's a two.
Oh right,
episode
yeah.
screening
Cool.
on Friday night. So I sit there and they show us Daredevil, and I was like, I was gonna watch it, and I was like,
That's a better situation to
I
be
should
in.
probably not watch it and then watch it when I'm in like a cinema sort of thing.
That'd be great. Oh, dude, if I had that option, I'd do it. It's awesome.
I did watch the first bit where he's like, my eyes.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I was like,
I can't see. I can't see. No, seriously, every scene with that kid, that's all he's talking about. That's all he's yelling about. He's like, Dad, I can't see. Dad, my eyes can't see.
You realize I can't see?
You see that shit? Acid went in my face. I was sad. They did it pretty well. Where it's like just the dad being like, close your eyes. He's like trying to rub it off. I was like, no. Yeah, that was my first thought.
You should flush that out with some vinegar or something.
His dad was Dad, I can see vinegar. Just show over. No Daredevil. I think they did a good job. I like Frank Miller stories. Like I do like the way Frank Miller writes superheroes, and like ever since Sin City, I've been sort of on that boat of like Frank Miller's good at what he does. I'm so bad at this. Not bad at it. I'm just tired and slow. Psych, not bad. Lol.
Oh, look, Game of Thrones.
The Game of Thrones game. I don't know how to feel about that. People say it's really good though.
Is that the Telltale one?
Yeah. People say it's really good. People said the scene in the first part with Cersei Lannister, like the first time you sort of have a throwdown with Cersei, it's like very intimidating and like very much how a conversation with Cersei should feel. And I was like, that's good. Like that's a really cool attitude to take. Have you heard the fan theory that the Daredevil toxic spill is also the same toxic spill that mutated the Ninja Turtles?
No.
There's a really cool fan theory out there that's like basically goes over how
they've been in the same world though.
Yeah, totally, right? Well, they're both Frank Miller. Well, the Turtles started as a parody of Frank Miller comics, of the Ronin Frank Miller comics, which was a feudal Japan samurai comic or something. But so they took a lot of those cues from what Frank Miller did. So it's like it definitely feels samey. And the most acclaimed Daredevil books, which is what the show is based on, were Frank Miller books, and like that, and those Batman trilogy, Frank Miller books. Like and that's why they all feel the same, right? Like Daredevil and Batman could meet. If once you watch Daredevil, you totally get that.
Than Superman.
Superman's a piece of fucking turd. He's a little green nugget of sickly turd, and he needs to go away, and I hate him.
There's a good skit that Hamish and Andy do. Hamish and Andy's that like comedy show.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, they might not.
Like they're an Aussie radio host.
Comedy duo, yeah.
And they do like a skit where it's like Batman rings up Superman and is like, hey, I want to call off the fight. And all this stuff, and then Superman's like, I'm taking you down, and Batman says like, well, I'm just gonna get some kryptonite.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have one option, so right? That's a shitty thing too about Superman. Fuck Superman, man. That dude. Who thought it was a good idea? Who sat down and was like, I'm gonna put God on Earth. What if God was a little boy and shot fucking lasers out of his eyes?
And extra vision at the same time.
I can see through the heat. No, fuck that. I hate Superman. I have distaste for the man.
He's not my favorite.
He's my least favorite. Like I can happily accept that. I think. But
Spidey's up there with being a favorite.
Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man is my favorite. Deadpool can't be my favorite because he doesn't take himself seriously. Like there's no reality to latch onto. So like I love Deadpool to death, but I don't think he could ever. He's like number 2, like a solid 2 forever. And then Spider-Man's number 1 because Spider-Man has like all those different variations, and Spider-Man is like my favorite superhero ever.
All right, Spider-Man is with you from when you're like a young age though as well.
Yeah, he's easy to relate to, and I think that's the thing about a lot of people.
I remember having a Spider-Man outfit when I was like,
that's cool.
Kid, 4 years old, dressing up as Spider-Man.
I was more of a Ninja Turtles guy though in the end. Like I was very Ninja Turtles oriented when I was young. I've got my old Ninja Turtles pillowcase on my bed right now. That was because Donatello died in the comic though, so I was like,
yeah, I need to keep him close.
Yeah, I was like, I look at him at night and I just shh. Night, sweet prince. Actually, there's an update on that. The next issue came out and he's in a coma.
Oh, yeah.
So he could die, but he probably won't, right? He'll probably get some metal techno shell or something cool.
Cyborg.
It's happened before. Donatello, there was a comic, it was a while ago now, I think, but he gets shot in the shoulder, like with a gun by a cyborg, and then the only way to kill it or something is like him and the cyborg dive out of this plane, and he like and Donatello's gonna die, and the only way to save him is to fuse him with the cyborg, so it becomes Mechadonny, and like that's this whole other storyline. Who was like Mechadonny was like violent and angry and fucking just he was not a pacifist like Donatello in the show. He was just like kill people all the time. Donatello was the first person to kill the Shredder as well with his bow stuff. I watched a video about Donatello last night.
Yeah, what's the latest boss battle that you completed?
Oh, we're getting into it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the format for this. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, you could have kept talking, dude.
Okay. What was the latest one I did then?
Okay, yeah. Tell me what the latest one you did is, because I've just finished.
It was either the Monster Hunter, Earth Carver.
Monster Hunter Earth Carver.
Yeah, that dude. I really want to spoil it for people. So
what's its name? Bizarius?
No.
Is it a
It's that like big one, you know.
Dundaruma?
Yeah, that one. Is that one? No.
The Elder Dragon you got stuck on to get into G-Rank?
Yeah, that one. That dude.
The snake?
Yeah, what's his name?
I think it's Dundaroom or something. Dundaruma? Something like that.
But I just spoiled it for everyone.
What did I spoil? There is a snake. Its name might be Dundaruma, but it's probably definitely not.
Well, that dude. He was the boss.
Guess what? It's not the Nodulara. Oh shit, I ruined the game. Oh no. That one fight you do maybe once unless you want something from him. No, everyone did that fight 17 times to finish it, actually. I don't think anyone had an easy time with him. Sorry, I didn't mean sassy. I mean, I did, but I'm sorry I did. Tweet your favorite boss fights right at us.
Then before that, it was this Skyward Sword boss.
Yep.
What's his name? Like
Demise?
Yeah, Demise, that's it.
Demise is like, he's cool.
It was an epic boss battle.
He's a cool character model. Like, because, yeah, I never got around to thinking I would finish that game, so I've seen him all. And I've looked ahead and stuff. What am I trying to think? He looks like Ganon, right? He's like a big fucking demon Ganon. Because Ganon basically is just a reincarnated version of Demise. Spoilers for Skyward Sword. I'm sure we're all real worried. Zelda's lullaby backwards is the Sky Themes. Sorry. I know you don't like spoilers for Skyward Sword.
Finish it.
No, I mean for all those people.
Oh,
for all our people. Are people watching? Oh, we do have a viewer. Hey! How's it going?
I'm eating a Danish crust.
A galette. He's eating an apple galette, which is like a Danish. It's basically a Danish. But I think you don't make it with berries or something. I don't get it. I don't understand
I think
much.
galette means like...
Razor. Like a Gillette razors.
No, it means like
I'm sure it means that.
thinly cut.
Okay, well, it's with puff pastry as well, which is the other difference from a Danish. Boss Rush.
I'm not wearing a fat top tie.
No, you're not.
You are though.
I'm wearing my scarf. It's a blue scarf. It has black lines in it.
Huh.
I've been wearing it a lot lately because it's been keeping me warm on my paper run. Good. Boss Rush. Okay. The last boss that, well, if we're talking about, I guess Monster Hunter. I've been playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm, which doesn't have bosses in it so much. I'm going to turn this around so we can all use it. Sorry, I was just playing with the pop filter. If you want to talk Monster Hunter, the last sort of like boss thing I fought was Chameleos. Chameleos in the battle quarters was the last big fight I did. It's like a G rank guild hall thing.
Is that dude on the back of the cover?
Oh, have you not fought Chameleos at all yet?
No.
Oh, dude.
I've sort of left Monster Hunter just sitting aside because I don't want to.
I got through all the monsters I wanted to see and then I stopped. I got my armor together. Like I was telling Pez the other day, like I got my armor together. I got my weapons and stuff that I kind of like, and like my Nasilla stuff is already fully upgraded. So I've got like a fully upgraded G rank weapon. I'm kind of lost for things to progress into. But I want to hunt. Like I want to hunt with people, and I want to kind of go through arena quests and stuff now.
To hunt with me soon.
Yeah, exactly. Like when people have time again, because we did everyone went a bit crazy for a while there. Like we always do when something fun comes out.
What's fun coming out next, though?
I think we're done. I think we don't play games anymore now.
Oh, really?
We're changing to a cooking channel. Welcome to Cooking with Kieran.
Hey.
And his assistant Avi.
Hey.
Hey, alliteration. Hey.
That's Cooking with a K.
Cooking with a K. Oh no, we can't. Don't make a club because otherwise we'll get in trouble. Cooking with Kieran Club.
Hey.
Oh shit.
What are you doing?
The CKC. What? I'm trying to find out what time it is in Greenwich Mean Time.
Good old Greenwich.
I mean,
are they like ferocious in Greenwich?
ferocious?
Because it's mean time.
Oh,
Hey,
son of a.
You walked right into that one, didn't you?
Have you seen Weatherman with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
When he throws that snowball and his daughter like turns around and doesn't know the snowball's coming, it cracks her in the nose and she's like crying and shit. And he's like, "Oh, you turned into that one, honey." That's my favorite Nicolas Cage line ever.
There's a lot of good Nicolas Cage lines.
Nicolas Cage is great. I'm down with Nicolas Cage. I don't know why people hate on him. I mean, I know why people hate on him. That's not true, but like, you know what I mean?
It's like the same. He acts the same person in every movie. That's why they hate on him.
No.
Have you seen
He has subtle nuance.
Grugs?
What?
That caveman cartoon?
Oh, the Croods or whatever?
Yeah, the Croods. He's like the same character as he was in every other movie.
He's in that
even
movie?
The Croods, yeah. And you can tell he is. He's the dad.
Do you think they would bother casting? No, okay. Fucking Kick-Ass.
Yeah, but Kick-Ass is the only one where it's like he's totally awesome now.
Raising Arizona. Boom. I won. It's 11. I don't understand time.
11:06.
I never will understand time, and I refuse to accept that I might ever in my life. Let's try 11 till 12, I guess. I don't know. PM at 12. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, doing Chameleos in the Battle Quarters was the last big fight I had in Monster Hunter. The last boss I fought outside of Monster Hunter was... I don't even know. That's a really good point, because like I really like the concept of boss fights, and Monster Hunter is just all boss fights, so I kind of want to talk about it and like the construction of it and like how boss fights work and things like that. Have that kind of a discussion, but I didn't think anyone would ask me what the last boss I fought was. You know?
And mine was actually probably from Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah, that's
One of
there you
those
go.
bosses.
That's a real bossy game.
The robot bull.
I've been playing Hover. Oh, I love that fight. That's so funny. It's so doofy. It's like, what are you doing? What's his name again?
Running away. It's just like hunting down this poor bull.
What's his name?
Robo-Ox? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like so weird. And he's just trapped in that room.
Yeah.
He's just like sitting there and he's like, Mo, Mo. And he's like running to you for help and you're just like killing him. It's real sad.
I don't know, it is pretty sad. You're chasing him down and slaughtering him.
It's like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter. It's like Pokemon, but with killing. Have you heard of the Pokemon killer coming? Yokai Watch. Teams of 6 monsters that battle in RPG format. Pokemon killer. Pokemon's gonna die forever. No, apparently it's real successful in Japan, and it's coming over to America and like Europe and stuff soon. And it's a Pokemon game. It's like you train monsters and you fight monsters. And I'm kind of interested. I'm dangerously interested. That's another boss fight. That would have been the last one that I really committed to. Would have been the Elite Four in Oras. But I was nuzlocking, so I didn't have jack shit at that point. What carried me through that fight? I have to go back and read them. That was a really good, well-executed Elite Four, I thought. I actually like the Elite Four on the second round better when they get the Mega Evolutions. What?
I haven't done them.
They all have Mega Evolutions. If you go back, it's cool. They're like, the Dark guy has a Mega Absol and stuff, and the Ghost has like a Banette, I think. It's neat. I thought it was really cool. Well, and then you get another starter. And just every time you finish the game, they give you another starter.
Oh.
Like, well, not every time. Like the first 3 times or something.
He's getting chased by something again.
Did you see my Instagram of it? The third one?
Where he's getting chased by his wife.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I thought it was a Pokemon. It's just my wife. And I was like, I don't even know.
Is it Elm? Is that the dude? Professor Elm?
Is it Elm? I thought Elm was the second one.
No, Birch.
Birch is the third one. Yeah. Whatever, I'm just sharing this. I'm bad at that. Google Plus posts, dude. Okay. So, I think the Elite Four, I mean, because I've been playing a lot of competitive stuff, and I've been playing a lot of, like, Hover lately. Heard of that? It's an early access, like...
Is that?
Oh, yeah, I was playing it last week. Yeah, I'm sort of waiting for an update, and I'm going to get back into that, but, like, there's not really bosses in that. There's some, like, sort of main characters that you can race, and I beat all them, but it was easy because I'm so good it hurts, because I'm so good.
I was playing Final Fantasy 13, one with Lightning.
Oh.
There was like all this hype about, and they're like, "Oh, it's the best Final Fantasy that's ever existed."
No, it's not. What? Who says that?
When it was being released?
Oh, I guess there was a lot. Yeah, I mean, it was bad. It's fucking bad.
How much have you played of it?
I finished it.
You finished that one?
Yeah. My roommate got it while I was living in Brisbane, and I didn't have a job. So while he was at work, I played Final Fantasy 13.
So there's nothing to look forward to.
If you like the feeling of having your heart ripped out by everything you expected to be good in your life.
So they all turn to crystal.
Fucking hell. Oh my god, they do all turn to crystal. I forgot about that shit. Oh no.
It's so, like, I don't know. It sort of lost me from the beginning though, with like all this foul C and Lassie and...
It's confusing, right?
Yeah, right. The Purge. And I'm like, what the Purge now? It's
like that movie, The Purge?
I have no idea.
Oh no.
We're heading to Pulse. That's so close to Purge. Which one's which?
No, I don't know. I don't know shit about it. Like I finished that shit and I don't even know what happened. I feel like there was a sister, there was a whiny bitch who was a mage.
That had this really whingy voice.
Yeah, little kid, little boy.
Hope was there.
Hope. Yeah, I hated Hope. That dude was the worst.
That guy with grey hair.
The little kid.
Yeah, the kid.
No, Snow was the guy with grey hair. Snow was the adult.
No, Snow had blonde hair. It was the tall dude that had the little beanie on.
Yeah, that was greyish, and then, or was the little kid grey?
Yeah, the little kid had this grey
whatever
muss hair.
I hated him, so when I didn't have to use him, I wasn't gonna.
Hopefully his character develops a little bit more, but right now he's just crying all the time.
Yeah, no. Look forward to that, I'm sure. No way he would end a game still being a bitch. I hate all the characters though. Like, what was Lightning's deal? Just
Do something or another. Hey.
I like the black guy that had the baby chocobo or whatever. He's cool. But like even he sucks. Like he's not a good character, but I like him. Yeah, I kind of thought he was cool. I mean he was bad, but he was cool. But there was no like development for him. He was like, "Hey, cool."
That's what I'm feeling right now. It's like a really dodgy storyline.
And you're living in hallways, right? Hallway simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what everyone was calling it, because it basically there's no like divergent paths, and when you get up to the divergent paths, like it just drops you in a field, and it's like go fight some monsters, and you're like, okay, thanks game, bye.
Is there any of those T-Rex?
There's dinosaur stuff. I'm not from recollection in the story.
I remember in Final Fantasy
a couple of years ago now.
you go into like the field and you wander around and you run into like T-Rex or just pretty much just go jump, 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 you're gone.
I fucking caught him in a card and I beat all the card dudes with my T-Rex. Final Fantasy was fun. It's not my favorite, and I don't even know if it's a top 5 for me or something like that, but like it's pretty good.
Is there a card game in Final Fantasy 13?
Oh, did you mistake it for a fun game?
It's okay.
I think there's a chocobo racing minigame somewhere in there.
It from someone.
Just break it. Don't even give it back. They don't need it. It's bad news.
Just get it out of their lives.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Thank you, you broke the curse," and then they'll ascend into the heavens in glittery light.
So far, it's pretty much just click an A as well whenever you're in a
I know. You may as well just hit auto. There's nothing else to do but like be like auto, and then you just sit there and you watch you guys be like backflip, cutty cut, woo, and then you're like done. Game. It's so fucking shitty. I don't even know how they got away with it. It's like not even. People said the battle system was good, but I think they're lying themselves. I think they're just Final Fantasy fans that are trying to convince themselves there's something in there, like me playing Diablo 3 and being like, no, it's good. I swear. There's something
I feel for
in here.
Being like number 13, they would have gone for something like really dark or some.
Well,
really...
that's looking like the next one's got that kind of a tone.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailers and the gameplay for the new one?
Oh, is that the one with just like a weird
15?
15?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15.
Is there 14?
14 was an MMO.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I kind of apparently 14's amazing. 11 was an MMO as well. They started doing that with the odd numbers were MMOs because they figured like the format was there, I guess.
14 is an even number.
Whatever. They started making MMOs somewhere along the line, and 14 is one of those. And people say it's an amazing MMO. It's really fun, and I kind of want to get a PS3 and see what it's all about because
it's more sci-fi as well. It should be Final Sci-Fi.
Come on. You can still go Final Fantasy?
No way.
Oh, is it a true story?
No, it's sci-fi though. There's like a difference.
Oh, in 13. But 13, what 13 seemed to be doing was being like, hey, we're Final Fantasy 7 again. And then doing all the sci-fi stuff and all like the, I don't know, and all like the god stuff. Because in Final Fantasy 7, there was a lot of that kind of talk around the mother, whatever her name was, Geneva. What else? Sephiroth's clone mum. You know. Remember from the film?
Yeah, no, the mother.
I'm trying to remember what her name was though. I'm trying to find Twitter too.
Guinevere.
Who is your favorite Final Fantasy boss? That's a good one.
I didn't like Sin because you just hit him with
You
Phoenix
didn't like
down.
him? I asked you what your favorite was. You don't just have to. You can fight him if you wanted.
Maybe you can just kill him. It's like, no,
So you don't like him because you know an exploit.
Yeah, I didn't like the exploit. It's too
But that's
silly.
an exploit in every Final Fantasy game. Any undead enemy dies from one hit from the Phoenix down. There's a boss in 9, I think. It's a giant dead tree, giant zombie tree, and you just like. Beep.
I like Final Fantasy X.
By the way, I'm having a profiterole today.
A big like, there's a dude, and he just pounces on you, like you're climbing up the mountains, you're doing your thing, and then this guy that you think you killed way back when comes back, and he's like a big cyborg, and he's like got wings. And he's
That's
just
fun.
Mows through. He was a fun boss battle.
Cool. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy series. Have you played through Final Fantasy 9?
I don't know.
You know the little black mage there? Little Vivi? He's like, you know, the Final Fantasy Black Mage. He's got like the pointy like straw hat,
Yeah.
and he's like in the robes, and you can see his eyes.
Yeah.
There's like a character in 9 that is just that, and he finds out later on that he's like a clone of like they're like living dolls they make of they're like mage dolls, and it's like this really dark scene where you're like wandering through a factory and all of these like there's all these brothers of his getting produced basically. And it's like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like this is like, but they've made boss versions, so there's these like really cool like sort of over the top demonic black mages from Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 9 that were like really cool. They're just cool, yeah. There's nothing else to it. That whole game's really cool though. I gotta finish it.
How many discs is it?
It's 4. Yeah, it's sort of standard PS1 thing. I gotta get that PS3, I think, you know? I really want to get a PS3 anyway, just because it looks like a good place to be.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much I want to play on it still. And the fact they're letting you download PS1 games, it's like, there's things I want to do there. Like, I think Ape Escape might be on the internet somewhere, dude.
Ape Escape, so good.
It's the best game in the world! There's no
Was
game
there a
better.
boss in that? I don't think there ever was.
I feel like there was like boss-ish situations where it was like, this monkey's got a fucking cannon or something, and you gotta work your shit out. Like, it was a puzzle game though, right? Like, at its core.
The monkeys catching them.
Yeah, it's kind of like a puzzle game, but and the goal is to catch a monkey.
I remember I think I've spoken about it before when it was released.
Fuck, I love the game.
And they had like a store for it in like the shops, and it was literally just like one of those nets with a little siren going off sort of thing. And they had like the TV with like Ape Escape, and it's just like chasing off the monkeys.
That's awesome. What was the last Ape Escape to come out?
What was the other ones?
It was like 3, I think. I've heard of 3.
I've heard of 1.
Uno,
Oh no.
uno, dos,
Tres.
tres, cuatro, cinco. I forget the difference though. Cinco is 6 or something. Anyway, yeah. Final Fantasy is a good game. I remember some really good boss fights from those games.
You don't?
No, like, I mean, there's like the notable ones. Like, there's all the obvious ones. I'm just trying to avoid those because it's like Final Fantasy 6 when the guy suplexes the ghost train. The fight with Sephiroth where he summons that fucking meteor over and over again, and the animation for the meteor is like 2.5 minutes. So like you just watching this thing over and over again, and I think that's a problem. I'm just no offense to anyone who likes Final Fantasy 7, but fuck that. Like, especially if it's not gonna one hit me anyway. And
Didn't Pez have a claim to fame where he like did something? He killed Sephiroth and it's really hard or something.
He bred black chocobos and stuff, I think. He 100%ed Final Fantasy 7 to my understanding. Like, he got all the legendary weapons and things like that. Or 8. One of those, it's either 7 or 8 is his favorite.
Maybe it's Kingdom Hearts.
Probably.
The part where you're not meant to be able to kill Sephiroth because he's so powerful.
I don't know. Pez's stories can blend together at times. He does a lot of crazy shit. Like, he spends so much time analyzing like the numbers of things and like understanding them. Not analyzing them, he just gets it. And I'm just like, I'm doing a fun pixel generating. That he's like, yes, but the damage calculation of that. Like, I can't play Monster Hunter. I can't talk Monster Hunter weapons with him because he's got this whole thing where, like, if I say, oh, I want this thing because it's got good attack on it, he's like, yeah, but that's not the true damage of the weapon. That's just the approximated attack, so it balances out for everyone to look at and stuff. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. That's a number representation of the power of the weapon, though, right? And he's like, yeah, but it's not an approximate number. He's like, got this whole thing. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, that number is balanced against the other numbers like it, so it is a functional working measure of power. I don't understand why it's a problem. Paz, get your shit together. Fuck. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think of another boss thing. What is it? Okay, what's your favorite Zelda boss then? Like, out of all the Zelda games? If you say a Minish Cap boss, I'm gonna slap you. Because they're all shit. I like that game, but fuck, the bosses in that are the worst. It's like, it's a giant jelly. It's that crab you fought when you were big, but now you're small, so it's gonna fuck you up. I get people would like that idea. Yeah.
Oh, I know the twins from Ocarina.
Oh, the witches?
Yeah,
Don't they fuse at the end of that battle?
I'm
How does
pretty
that all
sure.
play out?
You've got your mirror shield, and you got to bounce the stuff back, and then you got to.
Yeah, it sort of gets you ready for Ganon and stuff
Yeah.
too. That is a fun fight.
That was such a fun fight.
I like the Iron Knight. Actually, I think it's like right around that fight somewhere. It's like after.
Yeah, those were amazing.
The Iron Knight, where you have to like provoke him into attacking and stuff,
Yeah.
and sort of like parry
You
him and
can't
shit.
actually hit his body because he's so like.
Yeah, you gotta actually trick him.
Yeah, that
I
was
love
awesome
that.
fights too.
Well, it's good. Yeah, they really changed up what they were doing. I've heard if you've watched the Sequelitis episode about it, that Eager Raptor did, he sort of goes into this thing how like it's just waiting, like it's waiting for the sake of waiting to pad out the game. But on the other hand, like I think there's a lot of Ocarina of Time that isn't like that. That is actually thought out pauses. Because like sometimes you do have to take a quick break. You think if like the Monster Hunter monsters could keep attacking, it would be fun? Like, no, you need breaks.
I agree.
I don't know.
I tell you what really freaked me out though was when in Majora's Mask how the twins
The whole thing.
are back again and they're like,
Are they?
yeah,
I mean, they reused all the assets.
they
and stuff.
reuse the character models, but like it's just someone behind the counter.
Oh yeah, they're in the potion shop, huh?
Okay.
Terminator's a freaky place. How are the slimes, dude? The slimes always. I hate that. I hate that some slime blobs. You know how like normal Hyrulean slimes are like those wobbly Wobbuffet looking motherfuckers.
Like jelly bubbles.
Yeah, the jelly blobble guys, and they have the little foot at the bottom, and then they like go in and then come out to like a sort of an upside down teardrop kind of thing, or a raindrop, whatever.
And these ones like little balls with two eyes.
Yeah,
something.
they're freaky as shit. They're like the drop's going the right way, but they've got like this weird insides. They've got something inside them, and I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all.
I'm up to Majora's Mask, the lake.
Oh,
Where it's like the Zoras died.
I know.
It's so bad.
It's so sad.
There's like
And
just one looking out. It's
Dude,
like, I miss my friend.
you know what's cool about that though? It explains the Zora extinction that happens in Wind Waker.
Because it's like a disease or something that they've got.
Well, it just sets it up because it like talks about Zora extinction. A lot of people say it's like a dream and it's like his afterlife and all this stuff. But like in the context of like continuity and everything, there's no Zoras in Wind Waker. All the Zoras are gone, and you have no idea where they went. And it's like, this is Waterworld. Why are there's like a few Gorons left, but there's no Zoras anywhere.
Salt water. I don't like salt water.
I feel like you go to Great Bay Temple is in a bay. That's an ocean.
It's not salt water though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that turtle sucked it all out and he spat back some nice fresh water? It's like, I'm a turtle island. No, that didn't happen. It's salty. Salty fishman. No, I mean, they've never said that though. It's not a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I swear there's River Zora and regular Zora too.
I'd say because they've got the eggs, the Zora eggs. Like you have
So
to actually. Do you remember you got to collect them?
Yeah, I know. It's
And
fucking
you got to drop
sad.
them in the thing because they got to hatch in a certain amount of time. It's just like this really complicated way of hatching eggs, and they're just like.
Yeah, Zora's. Maybe that's why they died. Zora's hatched eggs like pandas have sex. Zing.
Hey.
Evolution. I really like.
Oh, I was reading this.
Zoras
thing
are one of my favorite races, though.
to do with animals.
Yeah.
It's about like baby monkeys.
Okay.
And that there was like these baby monkeys, and they gave the baby monkey a wire mesh that looked like another big monkey.
And
was
crack
covered in-
cocaine.
No, it was covered in like cloth,
Okay.
and the other monkey was like just a wire monkey, but it had like the bottle of milk for them to drink,
Okay.
and I was trying to figure out whether it was like comfort they wanted more or the milk.
Okay.
And so the
yeah.
monkey would like actually go over to the cloth monkey and sort of like cling onto it, and then when it was hungry, it would just go over to the other one, get the milk, and then come back.
Right.
Just strange tangent.
That is weird.
And then apparently they couldn't socialize with other monkeys.
Well, they like, broke him.
Yeah, they broke them.
That's like what I think about every lab animal. Whenever you see like, oh, we've been giving this rat heaps of fucking cocaine and he loves it. And it's like, you are monsters. Like, what the fuck is going on? That is not a mouse anymore. This is something else. You made that. I've been watching Danger 5 on Netflix. Have you seen it? It was on SBS first, I think. It's an Australian show. It sort of parodies like 80s. It parodies 80s TV a lot in the second season, and in the first season it sort of parodies like James Bond movies and like that kind of like secret agent stuff. But it's like in the second season they get like tied up by a giant snake at one point, like two of the Danger 5, and then they like this. It's just a guy's hand in a snake like armlet, and it's got like a mouth on the top. It's like a hand puppet, and he's just like biting this dude on the head with it. And he's like, no. He's like, no. He's just like biting on the head, and then the bad guy comes in. He's like, yes, give the snake more cocaine. And then he walks over and he starts beating, and the snake's like, and he's like, and then he starts biting the dude on the head more. Watch Danger 5. It's really good. Boss fights. Sorry.
There's a boss fight in. What's it called? It's a Will Ferrell movie, and it's all in Mexican.
Oh, Capizas de mi Padre or something. Yeah. What is that? I saw that when it came out. I love that movie. Papa de Padre, Sangria.
Yeah, but there's a boss fight with the lion.
Oh yeah,
the jaguar or something.
The jaguar puppet that slides in. It's like, I forget what any of those. I forget all the good lines in that movie because it was on subtitles. Like, I gotta watch it again. It's on Netflix, right? Yes. I thought that's what you must have watched.
No, I've watched it. I got the DVD out, and I was like, "This is the best
amazing."
thing I've ever seen.
Well, no, because when it was advertised, it was like Will Ferrell's doing a movie in all Spanish, and I was like, that's got to be like the best idea ever. Like, that's genius. I would read.
I say it was in all Mexican.
Oh God!
I
apologize to all our proud Mexican-speaking audience. We didn't mean that.
Yeah, it's in Espanol.
¿Qué pasó?
Hey. There's a part in it that's like classic where he just keeps saying the same thing over and over.
Oh, I'm not very sure on
and
that.
I kept saying it to Jessie, and she's just like getting over it. I think the girl says it.
I kept doing the cat meow from Monster Hunter Disturbed. That's when you're doing anything and those cats are just behind you, like. And I'm like, you guys. No, Casa de mi Padre, which I think is what it's called. It's House of My Father in Spanish.
Crazy.
It is the best. It's actually a really good movie as well. It's like funny, but
it grabs you.
It like hooks me right in. And there's a lot. It's like that Will Ferrell sort of. It's like old Will Ferrell almost. It's like he wrote it when he was younger or something. Because it's such a weird idea. And I love the scene where the American FBI agents show up. And it's like, do you speak American? And he's like, okay. Like, he's just like, what? It's so good.
So good.
Anyway, boss fights in okay.
That was favorite boss fight in the movie.
Oh, I didn't get to Alien from Alien 1.
Fight.
Yeah, because Alien 2, Aliens, because she calls Queen Alien a bitch in that one, and it's pretty funny. It's like, have you seen it recently or anything?
No, not recently.
I watched it real recently, and just that scene at the end is awesome. It is so badass. She just gets in this like that mecha loading suit and just starts like picking up this alien queen and being like blah 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 and like pushing her out airlocks and shit. It's a good time. That is my favorite boss fight in a movie.
The Matrix one.
Which one?
You know,
tread lightly.
Yeah, I know, it's a dodgy place to be. You got to admit the choreography.
In the first one is really good. The choreography in the second one is still pretty good, but it's silly. It gets weird. Yeah, it gets a bit silly. All right,
it's still kind of cool.
No, that's the third one when they go Dragon Ball Z. They're just like, okay.
Is it Smith?
Yeah, but my problem with that third fight as well is that Mr. Smith stops fighting. Right, he's like, all of my clones are just gonna watch this time, and like in the second movie, it was like stacks on, and it was awesome. It was like a really good fight.
I'm pretty sure there was a
CGI
or something, and they gained consciousness or something happened.
Yeah. But there was in that last fight scene, Neo and Mr. Smith like walk up to each other in the rain, and they're all like about to kiss and shit, and then like all the other Mr. Smiths just watching, and he's like, "No, this is my fight," and it's like you're one entity. Like, why would you? I don't. Okay, and then they start fucking doing Dragon Ball Z fighting, and I'm like, why?
You didn't enjoy it though. It wasn't satisfying at all.
I didn't enjoy it because those last two movies, it's long.
Continuity error.
It's not even. I mean, well, it's a continuity error in the sense that I was just very disappointed because I was like, that first fight scene when it stacks on, there's like a million of them. I was like, that's like pretty fun. Like that's a fun idea, and like all of this bad CGI sort of added to that in a way. And then the third one, they were like, no, it's gonna be so epic. It's gonna be so epic. And I was like, why don't you just make all of them combine into one big Mr. Smith then? You can fight a giant fucking Godzilla Mr. Smith and then like do that instead. Like it's the same. I don't know. I felt like it was silly and I didn't like it. I didn't like either of the second two. Like after the first one, I was just kind of like,
how recently have you watched them? Yeah.
Oh, like recently, that was the problem. I was very nostalgic. I was like, oh yeah, that was a fun sci-fi trilogy. And then I watched the first one. I was like, oh cool, this is what I remember. Everyone's wearing a lot more leather than I noticed the first time, but you know, that happens. And then I watched the next two, and I was just like, that fight, that big CGI battle with all that, where they're all in mech suits and all the like robot squids are pouring in. It goes for like 17 minutes or some shit. It's so like nothing's happening. It's just CGI shooting CGI, and I'm like, leave. Go back to that French dude. At least he was interesting and had vampire twins. And that weird wife that was like, kiss me like you would kiss her. And she's all like, this is the only face I can make, but I am disappointed. And he's like, okay. I totally hate this idea. He's just macking on this French chick.
Alright, let's hit up other boss battles.
That was a weird boss battle. That French lady in The Matrix 2. Okay, favorite FPS boss fight. You got a gun, you got a big meaty cannon, and you fucking laying into the enemy you are shooting is a from the game. Okay.
I already played a little bit of Destiny.
Oh, you played Destiny?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't even played that yet, but that game
it was
is
like
cool.
they hit you with like big alien bosses, and you sort of take them down with a team. Is what I was getting from it. But I played like
it's like an FPS sort of MMO thing. It's pretty cool.
That was very fun.
It looks fun. Like it looks like an amazing game actually.
And
people was, you know what pisses me off? Destiny came out. That's the biggest boss fight. The community, fucking community. You out there, not the good ones, but the bad ones. You know. It's like Destiny was like promised to be this big thing, and then you go back and watch the trailers. They don't say dick. There's like no information about that game before the game came out. It was like, you're just gonna be space bandits or whatever. You're gonna be cowboys in space with laser pistols and capes, and everyone's gonna have a good time. And it's like everyone bought that 100%. They were like, yes, and then the game came out, and everyone was like, I'm so disappointed. Like they were like, ugh, I played it for 100 hours and I'm addicted or whatever, or I'm so disappointed in that outcome. And I'm like, if you play a game for 100 hours, you have no right. You have no right to complain. There's like, why?
That's the fact that you played it for 100 hours.
You sat there and played it for 100 hours. Were you having no fun for 100 hours? Because that makes you stupid. Yeah, that makes you dumb. That doesn't mean that you're right. It means you're dumb.
Unless they want to get their value out of it. But I think 20 hours would be like, all right, I think.
Yeah, any amount, like an hour. If you don't, you return the fucking game. Like, what the fuck? You go, oh, this isn't what I was marketed or whatever, and you take it back to the store because you have a 7-day return policy on most game stores anyway, and you give it back to them and you say, this is not. Well, that's because they saw it. That was. It's like the saddest. That was fucked. That conversation I had with that EB Games guy.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
that too.
The game's not very good. You know, I want to return it. It's like it doesn't work at all and stuff. And then he pointed at the gameplay experience may change online thing on my box, and I was like,
it's an online game.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me. Excuse me.
The game is based on being.
I think we got more boss fights in real life. Fucking EB Games guy or like GameSpot or whatever.
I reckon they would have had so many people just
returning it.
I want to bring this back.
It was trash. Hey, Rouser, how you doing? I've seen your comment. No, it was trash. It was trashy. It's fucking trashy. Favorite boss fight in Diablo 3? Go. trying to hold back my internal bleeding. Good answer.
Favorite boss fight in Diablo 2.
I don't even remember any boss fights in Diablo 3. Actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Favorite boss fight in Diablo 2.
Who's the wormy dude in the desert? I love that. That fight glitched me and it lost me all my gear because I died during it. But I love that fight. He's like Bale or something.
Bale?
No.
I think you just said
Bale or something.
Oh, Bale.
Yeah.
Bale.
No, I think that was later on. I'm gonna look it up because I'm really curious now. I could ask if Pez was here. Pez would fucking show up at the podcast. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, Pez would be like, "Oh, yeah, that's blah 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 blah."
That's Bale, and I'll be like, "Thank you." Let's see. No, I feel like Bale was like an endgame boss. He was like the next dude. Maybe if I find Baal. I'm just gonna type in Diablo 2 bosses. What was his name? I really like that guy though. Like he was like a cool design, and like Diablo 2 had a lot of good designs. Well, I don't remember any of the names. It's been too long. But Spider Lady.
Spider Lady's good too.
Spider Lady. Was the Butcher in the second one?
Yeah, the Butcher was in that one.
I mean, I knew he was because I remember him from the first game. When you show up and he's like, fresh meat. And you're like, I don't want to be.
I'm pretty sure he is. He's in like a mansion or something.
In a mansion? Just living it up. Butching. Doing a butching. Okay, so we are on a page.
But it's not very helpful by the looks of it.
No, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want.
See? Butcher.
Oh, yeah.
Belial.
Belial, I think, is the one I'm thinking of. Belial. I swear it's earlier than that.
Oh, Shatterbone.
God, I'm lost.
Gavin.
It was Gavin. Wait, it might have been Gom, actually.
Lord of Gluttony. He was
I am confused.
I remember him.
Is this Diablo 3?
No, it's Diablo 2.
Whatever. Anyway. I don't need to know their names. Maggoty Dude from the Desert, Spider Lady. That time I fought Deckard Cain, punched him in the head. I was like, "Fuck you, Deckard Cain. I will not stay a while and listen." I hate the Diablo. Okay, the Diablo fight from Diablo 1, epic, really fun. Diablo fight from Diablo 2, it was fun. I'm not the biggest fan of that game because I played a sorcerer and I love that game, but. I love dungeon crawlers, but then Diablo 3 just really spun me out. What I was going to say, the Butcher's my first boss. What was your first boss? What was the first boss fight you did?
First boss fight?
Yeah.
Was Ocarina of Time.
Goma? What's the first boss?
Ganon.
You fought Ganon before you fought Goma?
No, the first boss was those sisters, those twins. That's probably why it is, because my uncle had gotten up to the desert.
Yeah, I was trying
temple.
To assess that, because I was like...
Because, he'd gotten up to the desert temple, and he was he's at a stage where he couldn't figure it out, and I was like, hey, I'm 7 years old, I could do it. And I sat down, and it was like, you needed to go to, like, this prison where there was a chick in there, and she got released, and then you had to do some sword fights with some people. You remember? Walking around the town.
Yep.
He didn't know that. And so then I went and did the Spirit Temple, and then the boss fight was...
Kids are better at video games than anyone.
And he was like, he came back after being at school, because he was like in high school on stage, and I was like, hey, I got you up to the final thing on Zelda, and he was like, whoa. And then he gave me his Nintendo 64.
Yeah, because it was like, the student has become the master.
You can have this.
Okay. Well, no, that was confusing because I was like, Goma's the first boss in that game. My first boss fight.
Well, but I did watch him play. I wasn't allowed to play it, not unless I snuck in.
Not until you got up to the weird, sketchy bits at the end when the story starts getting weird. Ocarina of Time is nothing compared to like Majora's Mask and later on Zelda's. Even Wind Waker has a darker story.
I borrowed Majora's Mask off of a friend who lived across the road. And he had like scoliosis or something, so he was in like a cast. He had to like break his legs or something. I think that's scoliosis.
No, it doesn't sound like scoliosis to me.
It was like bowed leg syndrome or something.
Okay, cool.
Break his legs.
Shadow legs.
I
got them shadow legs. Oh no!
Same as Keegan. He was a cool guy.
Okay.
And he was like, lived across the road, and then he just came over
I'm sure
and
he's cool.
had like a Zimmer frame, because that's how he had to get around for a while. And he came over, he's like, oh, I just got this game, but it's freaking me out. You can play it. And I was like, okay.
Majora's Mask.
It was freaking me out too, and I couldn't play it.
That Skull Kid was your first boss, and you were like, oh my god, you can't even beat him. How do you beat Skull Kid at the end of that game? Oh, it's I remember now. I remember.
Oh,
are you going for all the masks before you go for the final boss?
Yeah, I guess.
We get a secret mask if you do. There's a little prize at the end if you have every mask when you go to the final boss.
I like the pig mask. It's pretty freaky.
No one likes the pig mask. What? You like the Zoro mask, the Gar mask, the Deck mask. You like the stone mask is fun. The bomb mask is okay, and the bunny hood's okay. Other than that, you just stop. Just stop.
You don't like sniffing out
truffles?
Truffles?
Yeah, we're gonna smell some mushrooms. And do a little side. I mean, it does that job. It does that side quest. That's what pissed me off about those masks. They didn't all have functions, and I wanted them to. I wanted to turn into things, and I wanted to do different stuff. That's why the bomb mask's cool and stone mask's cool. Because stone mask you're invisible, and bomb mask you can explode your face, which is hilarious. I love it that you can actually shield that. That's so weird.
You can shield your own face blowing up.
I think that's the only way to do it without hurting yourself. Is you put your shield up and then you blow your face up and it counts as damage coming from the front somehow. But then
get back to you on that and see if it's still the
yeah,
same.
test it. But apparently it's in a different location. So if you're using the old Majora's Mask locations, the masks have been moved. So be careful of that.
Around.
Yeah, some of the things have moved a bit apparently, and apparently pissed a bunch of people off because everyone was like, "I know where the masks are," and they went to go get them, and they were like, "What?" And I've read an email that was like screen capped, and it was sent to Nintendo being like, "I believe my copy of Majora's Mask is glitched," and all this shit, and I was like, "Just fucking, are you kidding? Like, wouldn't you just assume that it was different? It's like it was made 15 years later. It's like, of course they're gonna whatever." Anyway, okay. So my first boss fight was probably.
What was your first boss fight?
My first
Your very first
ever boss fight. I mean, I want to say Mario 64 or something because that feels correct.
The bomb at the top of the mountain.
Does that count as a boss? I guess it does. I was thinking of Bowser, but yeah, I mean that counts too. But I would have played a Super Nintendo boss before that. Like, there's no way.
Game Boy. I actually know my boss.
Was that a Sphinx at the end of that black and white Super Mario World game?
Yeah.
There's a Sphinx boss at the end of that first level. That could have been my first.
My first.
Probably Pokemon boss.
My first was actually
Ash
playing
Ketchum.
the Game Boy. Was the Star Wars one that I've mentioned before, and you got to the part where there's like the big Yeti dude.
Oh yeah.
You know those Yeti things, and it's sort of like.
I mean,
you know in the movie how he like cuts open his.
You mean Ice Chewbacca's?
Yeah, those things.
Ice Chewbacca's.
And you had to kill one of those and shoot it down.
Yeah.
Because you're Luke. And you sort of crawl out of your mount's stomach.
In like shitty like green and black pixels. You know, real compressed audio. Are you okay?
It wasn't even any audio. It was like,
no, I know they never. There's no way they would have had the channels on a Game Boy sound card. But I love Nintendo 64 audio because it's so compressed. Because they just had to crunch it down into 25 megabytes worth of game. It's always perfect, like a cat's birthday. Okay. So, no, I'm kidding. I know what I'm talking about. What was I talking about? My first boss fight.
You said it was
I've got
the
a
bomb
few.
dude from 64.
Maybe.
You said you wanted to say it was that one.
I said maybe. I don't think that's true. I think it would have been someone more like Goma, like first proper boss fight that I actually like knew what I was aware of myself. Probably Goma or whatever the first boss fight is in Combat Verde, or a Final Fantasy boss somewhere in Final Fantasy 9 maybe, or something on Super Nintendo because I played a lot of Super Nintendo too.
What about what makes game into that?
I could be the brother, the Kooparlings. One of the first Kooparling in Mario World could be it, actually.
The hammer throwers.
No, like the first Kooparling kid. You know, like the seven kids, they're called cousins of Bowser, and it's like Iggy and Mozart and all those guys. Yeah, I think that would have been my first one, probably. The first time you face off against the Kooparlings. There. I'd have to say I'm miles apart. Like that's the thing. Like the way I played Mario World was like I would slide down hills and I would be like wee, then I'd climb to the back of the top of the hill and then slide back down. Like that was like I was not invested in like the goal.
Yeah.
I wasn't like trying to do something else.
Just
Like,
messed
and I
around
told
with
you,
the
and
mechanics.
I said that when I was streaming Banjo-Kazooie that day, and I was like, I just used to find a house and I'd like pretend to move in and like be like, I live in the sandcastle now. And then it's like the cheat sandcastle. I never knew it was a cheat sandcastle because it was just my house. I was just like, that's where and I'd like go out on errands to get feathers and shit. Like I'd make my own game within it. Like that was it. And I remember doing that with Ocarina of Time a bit as well.
He moved into Kariko Village House.
Rico's a fucking shithole. I lived in Castle Village as a child, and as an adult I lived on Lake Hylia. Well, because you can't live in Castle Town, you have to grow up.
This is messed up.
Move away, man. It's like those guys from high school that didn't move away and turned into crazy zombies that clutch your Redeads. Redead. That was a Redead boss. That'd be cool. Like giant zombie. It's like kind of kooky. Kind of African. Really cool. Kind of like these like African voodoo. It's like George Marks does it more actually. Really nice aesthetic of African masks and things. And they do a lot of really cool stuff. Like the giant mask guy. Yeah. He's on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, that. Like that. Like he's very strong. Actually, all the bosses in that game, like major bosses, are like based off African imagery and in sort of. Yeah, like the bull as well. Even I'd say he's very like he's got that square art style and stuff. That's an interesting thing about. Well, even Skull Kid was like, have you seen that the censorship of Skull Kid? How his first design was like resembles blackface too much.
Really?
Yeah, and then they changed him into a duck man. They're like duckface. You like a duck face, motherfucker? Have a duck face.
Oh, I know what I haven't checked in a while. Just to see if my creepypasta's gone off on the creepypasta side. Yeah.
All right, you do check that. I'm gonna look up Majora's Mask. Skull Kid censorship. I want to show you that. Sorry, I'm just burping it up. Okay. Oh god. I don't think they're gonna take creepypasta back. I'm sorry. It really seems like they're not into it.
Yeah, they don't have it. They really don't like it.
I liked it. I thought it was good. It was creepy.
I'll check out Crappy Pasta.
Oh, whoa, that's some good fan art. That's dope.
Oh.
It's dope. I guess this was his old face a bit. So he got big lips and like black skin. And,
I remember him.
yeah, but they changed him into straw face with the duck bill, which is sort of what he had going on here. I think, yeah, that's what they sort of turned him into.
Oh my god.
He became more like a scarecrow. Like, I don't know. Skull Kids are weird in general. I've always noticed. As a race. Why do you get a fucking Skull Kid boss? That'd be dope as hell. Can't do anything though. You're just a Skull Kid, so you go invisible in forests sometimes.
A Skull Kid mask.
Yeah, like a little duck mask.
Maybe it could be like it shows you the pathways.
That'd be cool. That's sort of. Does the Lens of Truth do
How to
that?
get to different places.
Does the
The Lens of Truth just opens up, like shows you what's invisible.
shows you invisible stuff? Yeah. What about like a puppy mask that just like shows scent trails? Like
That's
that,
what the pig does.
no, but like two objectives. It's like, oh shit, Ganon went this way.
Like
But like
Twilight
whatever.
Princess style.
Oh god, that game was awesome. I didn't like Twilight Princess the first time I
Did
played
you get
through
up to
First time I finished it, I was like, I don't know if I like
the
this game.
dungeon, the endless dungeon in Twilight Princess in the desert?
Yeah, no, I finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, is it endless?
Yeah,
I
it
feel
gets
like
to a
I got
stage
to-
where you can just keep going through, and it gets.
Oh,
harder
yeah,
and
yeah,
it
that's
throws,
right.
Like, here's 100 spinny tops.
Dude, I love that game.
They did it well.
I thought I didn't like it the first time I played it, but then I was like, actually, being able to become a wolf and the Hyrule they created was fucking dope. The Zoras that are in it are awesome. And like me, I'm a Zora kind of guy.
And then they even like the other world they created.
Oh, the Shadow?
Pixelated Shadow Realm, whatever.
Yeah, they did a really cool digital thing with it. They did this really cool like aesthetic to it. I was a little pissed off that the Zelda sucked. I don't know how you felt, but like the Zelda they put in that game was like, no, you go, just sit in this castle, okay, bye.
Oh yeah.
I become a bird at night. It's crazy. And then it's fucking stupid. I was
That
so
wasn't really centered around Zelda at all. It was more Midna.
Yeah, but that's what I meant. But see what I thought was going to happen? I thought Midna and Zelda were going to fuse back together and Zelda would become Rad again. But she just stayed as a stupid idiot the whole time. And I was like, yeah, I was like, and then Midna was going back to her world and I was like, take me with you. Don't leave me with her. I was a bird last night. And so, we broke the curse. Shut up. Shut up, Zelda. God. What was your favorite? So, did you have a favorite boss from that one? Because Sky Dragon was mine, and Twilight Princess, the dual hookshot boss. Fucking cool.
Twilight Princess.
Yeah. Or the spinny top skeleton.
I can't remember.
Dude, that game is awesome. You should play it again. Play it again. Just do it for me.
I can't remember the bosses in it.
Play it again for me. Just do it. Do as I command.
I like the Hydra. Except it looked kind of weird.
When was the Hydra?
I think that was in Skyward Sword. No. I don't even know.
It would make sense if it was in Skyward Sword because you'd be slashing necks and stuff. You'd be like, my motion controls, yes, so good, because it hurts, because I'm so good, because it hurts, because I'm so good, because it hurts. I haven't done that joke in years. All right. Do we have any honorable mentions? I have an honorable mention actually. Final boss fight in Mother 3. You will cry. That's all.
Is that the one with the weird background?
They all have weird backgrounds. All the fights in that game. That's how the backgrounds work. Mother 3 has some of the best bosses in any game though. They're so fun. They're like really make. Do you know how Earthbound combat works? Your health rolls up and down. It's like on a speedo or something. So like it rolls up and down. And if you can heal yourself before you hit 0, if you've taken lethal damage, you start going back up. You can actually halt damage basically. So it's like a turn-based system, but you have to continuously be doing stuff or like lock it at your turn. Like, because they can't take moves when it's your moves, but if you're rolling down to dead, then you have to be like panicking. And it has rhythm-based things, so you can get up to 16 hit combos on things if you learn their heartbeat. Every enemy in the game has a unique heartbeat.
Whoa.
So you have to put them to sleep to hear the heartbeat through the music. And then you have to match it. And it's like, and some heartbeats are like fucking ridiculous. Some heartbeats like start out real slow. They're like boom, boom, boom. And then like in a 30-second loop, they'll hit like super fast. So they'll be like, and if they're not asleep, you can't hear the heartbeat. So you don't know which phase of that they're in. So you just have to hope you get a couple of hits off. And it's really fun. It's like a really cool idea. And I hope they bring out an official translation for it sometime soon. But, you know, the fan translation does a really good job. And Tomato and his wife, forgot her name, but no, Tomato is like one of the best fan translators ever. He's great. If you ever get a chance to play Tomato translation, he is the boss fight of translating video games. That's how that works. It's fact. It's fact. Okay, since we call this thing Boss Rush, we should really mention Mega Man, by the way. Or you could just, you know, Mega Man, just out of here.
That was just like an overstretch. I just stretched my legs on it, locked up.
All right. Well, my favorite Mega Man boss
I have never played Mega Man games, so.
Oh, that's fair. No, it's a weird one. It's like not, it never really appealed to me too much. But like on a technical level, as I've gotten older, it's become more like of an attractive game because like it's like so much about learning your weaknesses and levels and doing all that. And because Shovel Knight came out, it got me really into side scrollers again. I was like, oh, cool. I like things. I'm not a cynical bastard. Overdrive Ostrich, I think is his name, though. He's my favorite. He's this ostrich that could run super fast. And he was the first Mega Man boss I ever beat, actually. He's in Mega Man X2.
What about a Sonic boss?
Name a Sonic boss that isn't Shadow or Eggman. That's what I thought.
surely,
no, there are some memorable
You went
ones.
up against it, no, as in your first, because I remember playing Sonic pretty early.
I remember.
On Eggman.
I mean, yeah, I jumped on Eggman when he had that big ball.
Yeah.
He swings that ball at you. That's Sonic 1, I think. Sonic and Knuckles had some cool bosses in. I think that was the last, like, solid Sonic, yeah. I mean, I like Battle 2. I do like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. Like, that was fun. When I used to rent that all the time. And I had a cool multiplayer because you could do, like, race Sonics. You know how much fun a foot race as two Sonics is, like, or Sonic and Amy or whatever. Like, it's just super high. Like, yeah, they really nailed it. I thought it was a really fun game. The boss fight in that game that I 100%ed that game. Yeah, that Sonic Adventure 2. Just remembering finishing the last story because there's this giant fucking chaos lizard they make. Eggman makes or something, and I remember that being cool because you had to like grind up its tail and stuff as Shadow. It'd be like, and like pump into its face, and you'd be like, "Stop that! I am the ultimate being, me." Because you remember Chaos? Do you know Chaos from like Sonic Adventure 1 and like things like that? It's like this ancient being that's like made out of jelly or something. It's like this blue jelly creature. Chaos is cool. Knuckles is a cool boss when Knuckles is an adversary. I'm going to quickly reset the mic, so just hold on 2 seconds, everybody. And we're back. Cool, that was easy. Sonic has a lot of cool character designs. I think that's why Sonic survives, because like their branding is better than their game. Which is like, I don't want to piss anyone off, but like I just don't like those games. I don't get it. Like Sonic's too big on the screen, right? Like Mario works because Mario's the size he is when you play Mario. You can see things around you. But Sonic is like super zoomed in and like you have no prediction and it's like gotta go fast and then like if you try and go fast you just headbutt spikes instantly. Like pretty much no matter what. Or you'll get like you hit a fucking bouncy pad and that'll push you back into spikes or something. Like it's a cool game. Sonic, the old Sonic games on Sega Genesis and stuff are like.
Totally cool.
I remember them being cruel to me and hurting my feelings, but I loved that you could play as Sonic and Tails and do co-op. So it was like that. That was going for it. Boss fights, I have nothing though. I don't have anything that. I don't have anything that was like stood out.
Eggman with the ball. That's pretty much the only
that's
thing
the first boss in the first game. At the end of the first level. I mean, yeah, Eggman bosses. I remember that. I remember the big Chaos Lizard from the end of Sonic Adventure 2. I remember Shadow was a boss in Sonic Adventure 2, I think, obviously. But it was, I think he might have been a running boss before you fought him. And then fighting him was just like, homing attack, homing attack, homing attack. I was like, okay. All right, buddy.
Did Banjo-Kazooie really only had one boss, didn't it? Which was Grunty when you got to the very end.
Oh, like an arena with a boss sort of situation? I think Banjo was more about collecting stuff.
Yeah.
And like solving some little puzzles and stuff.
Battle.
I don't remember Banjo bosses. Yeah, that's a good point. I would have said, yeah, if you
might have been able to, there might have been a couple of bosses that you kill and then you get a Jiggy for.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I don't think
combo,
you were.
But I wouldn't class that as a boss. Really.
No, but yeah, but it was like an encounter.
Yeah.
More than anything, yeah. It's a good.
Whereas
point.
when you go up against Gruntilda, that's definitely a boss because you got.
You're locked into an arena with her and stuff, yeah. That's why I guess that was the same thing I had about the Bob-omb in Bob-omb Battlefield in 64, or Bowser. Like, which one's the actual boss?
Yeah.
Because the Bob-omb is just like there, just hanging out. Like,
You're just invading on his turf. You're
that guy. Oh, dude, the first level of Mario 64, if you play it that way, because I think there's other levels you can find first and skip that, but like, it's sad. It's really sad. Mario just runs in, he fucking overthrows a kingdom. Just like, you know what? The Bob-omb Society is now the Mario Society. Fuck you! Throws him off a cliff.
Major jerk.
Have you seen the game theory about Mario being a jerk and being a sociopath?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah.
I love that video. It's so funny. And just because that one video of him stamping on Luigi's foot if Luigi wins first place in Mario Tennis or whatever. And I was like, why would they animate that? Why would anyone? What? He's just like, fuck you. I don't know. Mario's a jerk. I want a game where I get to play as Mario
behind Super Luigi World. Where Mario's...
Is there one?
I don't know. I don't think there is. You think there would be?
I mean, I could see that.
Where Luigi's just snapped and just...
Well, Mario... In the timeline somewhere, Mario dies. Right? Because in Galaxy... like, you've seen that one, right? Rosalina is Mario and Peach's baby, right? But then it turns out that Mario is buried on a hill and Luigi's more likely to be the father because of more like matching traits between Rosalina and him and Peach and stuff. This is all in game theory. You can go watch it. It's all fan theory stuff. But like, I think there's a truth to it because there's something about it that like seems right, and it seems like Mario is the kind of guy that would run off on an adventure and die without expecting it. You know what I mean? Like, he's an idiot. He's the dumbest motherfucker. He is. He doesn't think. He never thinks. Like, at least Luigi's like smart enough to be afraid of a haunted mansion or some shit. But Mario is just like at the top or some crap.
Haunted mansion, you can tell Mario just ran in there and just like...
Yeah, he was like, okay. Ah!
Wait, they're ghosts. I can't jump on them.
Yeah, you're like... It's like he goes into a ghost mansion in Mario World and he's like, why do they keep following me? What the fuck is this? And then like, keep getting closer. And then he just tries to punch a ghost and he can't. God, I hate Mario. King Boo is a fun boss fight.
Have you played on Luigi's Mansion yet?
That's what I should play now because Monster Hunter. I'm kind of done with Monster Hunter, so I can do that now.
I'll tell you what's the fun. You know Nintendo Land?
Yeah, I got that. I haven't played it yet.
Have you played the? You haven't played it at all.
No, I got it, but I didn't touch it.
The Mario. There's what's it called? Luigi's Ghost Mansion. And it's like a fun mini game where it's
that
like,
asymmetrical. One of you's a hunter
like
and the rest is ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. The other one I looked the look of was the Zelda one, which I have heard.
Shooting sword one.
Yeah, shooting sword one. Shooting sword.
Shooting sword.
Come to Kieran's medieval shooting sword range. No, it's what was it?
Apparently, the Metroid Prime one's awesome.
Yeah, the Metroid Prime one looks really fun too. The Donkey Kong one looks like a piece of shit. I have no sympathy for that.
Is that the one where you got to tilt?
Yeah, it looks like
so
lame and hard to play. The Mario one looks really cool too. That where you're like chasing each other around.
Oh, Mario Tag.
Yeah, Mario Tag or whatever. That looks pretty cool. Right. If you had a few people and stuff, I reckon that'd be fun. But apparently the motion controls in that Zelda game, I've heard. Like I say, I haven't played it at all.
They work so well.
Apparently they're perfect. Yeah. Apparently they're what they should have been in Skyward Sword. It's something between the Wii U and that.
I'm hoping that's what it's going to be like for
we talk about bosses so much. Why do you hope for the new Zelda? Yeah. Did you hear that got delayed?
Really?
Yeah, because they came out and they were like it's coming out in 2015 and look at it, isn't it fucking top notch? And we were like, yeah, it looks really top notch. It's crazy it's coming out so soon. That's awesome. And then they like went back to their little office and they sat down. They're like, oh fuck, this game isn't even finished yet. And they were like, well, guess we need another year. And they just pushed it back. Really? It's like, yeah, so it was really fucking. It'll be early next year, I think, is the idea. Which is fine. I would rather get a good. I would rather get a perfect Zelda game. You know, that's what I want. At the end of the day, I just want like a perfect open world Zelda game.
And do you want it to have not just motion controls? You want to be able to play it on the...
Oh, I only want button. I'm not gonna. If it has the option motion controls, that's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy for the option to be there. But if they force me to use it, I'm gonna be like, not happy. I mean, I'll do it. I didn't mind the combat. It's just that it was a little bit. There were moments where it didn't respond correctly.
Stuff like the only way to finish a boss is to hit it from this angle. How are they going to do that on the gamepad?
I don't think they will. I don't think that's ever going to be a problem. Maybe the game. Okay, how about this then? The spirit that Fee comes back. It's a sequel to Skyward Sword. Fee's back, but you don't know who Fee is because you're a new Link, and you're like, "What the fuck is this Fee bitch? I feel like I know her from somewhere." And then Fee's like, "Oh, magnificent hero of time! I am a computer. Protocol 626 means that if you fucking swipe on the touchscreen in a certain way, I will come out as a spirit blade and do that combo." Like, would that be cool? Like, would you be happy with that as a replacement?
Yeah.
Like something to do with the gamepad and the asymmetrical? Because from the trailer I think they're going to be doing all the motion controls, if there's going to be any, is going to be like first-person archery stuff. Because you saw that trailer, how the arrow like flips out and there's like arcs of electricity coming off it and shit. And I'm like, of course they're gonna give you like first person like bow control with the gamepad and stuff like that. As for boss fights where you got to hit it a certain way, Zelda already had an efficient system to give you horizontal, vertical, and piercing stabs.
Like whatever way you tilt the...
Well, it's in like an Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
It's like in Majora's Mask.
You
can use it.
So that one will be moving forward, backwards. And this one over here will be like your directional shots with the sword. So if you're holding down, it'll...
That's a movement. That's a movement side, so you're wrong. But this side could do it. You mean like in first Monster Hunter, how in the very first Monster Hunter, the right control stick controlled the sword slash? Is that what you're sort of getting at?
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. I'll give you that. I'm not against it.
I think
honestly not against it.
Hold it and then press like. I reckon the truth.
People are too babied. If people can't control their camera with that stick, they're like, "What do I do? This game's shit." That's like the instant reaction I hear from them.
This way.
No, you can't. You can. I can. Smart people, yes. Anyone else, no. Because do you remember that? That was like the big problem. It's like everyone just gets so attached to things, and that's the main complaint about Monster Hunter when people start playing. It's like, I can't control the camera. And it's like, push L. Like, and you're done.
Just target. Just do that.
Tap the touch screen, tap L, you're done. Like, and you get used to it, but it's like, if you take away, like Bodhi bought the this guy that we know that really likes Monster Hunter, he bought the CirclePad Pro for it because he needed that control scheme. He couldn't work without it or whatever. Or like he could, but he was he wanted it.
I have the new 3DS, but I actually found that I don't really use that to control the camera.
I think it makes
things
worse
as much as I was going to.
I think I think it's good to have control because there's sometimes where you just need to like line it back up. But
I use it for a gunner as I'm moving.
To
aim the direction
to turn to where you got to be.
But
exactly.
You don't need it when you're zoomed in with the gunner because you use this one over here anyway.
Yeah, and you almost don't need it when you're
I don't need
anyway.
To target.
You almost don't need because you don't need it to target. If you need to change your aim up a little bit, like the D-pad does do that job pretty well. I personally feel like I'm at a point where I can pole vault into the air and like while my shot's about to go up, my pheromone shot, I can re-angle it to shoot a hunter now. Like I can fucking snipe hunters in midair now. So like I can retarget pretty well in that game, and I've gotten used to it. But that's what 130 hours in like 2 weeks will do, right? Like that's like not 2 weeks, 2 months.
Intensive training.
Yeah, and like in 3 was like that as well because I got really acrobatic playing 3 because you had to find these workarounds to make yourself maneuverable, right? In 3 because 3 had pretty shitty movement. Like 4 is the first one in the series that has like really sort of acrobatic movements
to move in that direction and stuff.
Yeah, it was it was very different. 3 was a much different game to 4, even if they don't look it. Like it's interesting that way.
How long do you reckon it will take for 5 to come out?
3 years.
3?
3, yeah. Well, okay. Here's the thing: are we talking about 5, or are we talking about 5 Ultimate?
So do you reckon they're gonna just keep going with that?
Well, that's what they do now. Like they release they release. Do you understand the release schedule? It comes out in Japan without the Ultimate attached to it, and it doesn't have a G rank in it. There's literally no G rank in the game.
Oh, so that's what the Ultimate.
Yeah, Ultimate means you have G rank, and they only release those to the West because Japan's more inclined, I think, to buy both of those games or something. Like there's some I don't know. Is that
Can they patch it?
That's what I would expect. It's like the same with Pokemon, right? Like you just patch in Z version to X and Y, right? But they're not going to do it. They're going to sell you Z version for $60. I don't know. I'm so over Pokemon. I love Pokemon, but like the competitive scene right now and like what they've done. Yeah, what?
And you were really holding on to it. I was like,
I was clutching. I was like, no, I believe in it. I believe in this. I think.
And you're like, no, man, you got to look at it this way. And I'm like, okay.
And you were doing singles as well, which I was like, singles is a power hitters game. Like doubles is a bit better at evening the playing field out. And then everyone has Landorus, and it's like, well, I don't really want to play this anymore.
It's just the same thing over and over.
That's a fucking boss problem. Landorus is all over the fucking place. Whose idea? And because you couldn't hack them in, that was the other reason. I was like, because Eric was like, "Oh, I found out you can scan QR codes and get 6 IV of any Pokemon you want," and I was like, "You broke the game. I don't want to play it anymore. Like you ruined it."
Animal Crossing.
The time
change your clock
glitch, and then you just like, I don't want to. You ruined it.
Yeah,
you ruined.
Just destroyed the world.
That's a bit different though, because like getting all the money was like attractive as an option. But getting told that Landorus is a good idea makes me super salty. I'm just like, because I get that way. Like I posted in another group or something that I was like sort of done with it, and Bodhi came at me and was like, no, the legendaries really expand the end game, and I'm like, if by expand the end game you mean everyone has a Landorus now and you need a Landorus to play the fucking game anymore? Yeah, it expanded it. I don't know.
But what happens when the Landorus has died? That's the real question. Oh, the person who still has the Landorus wins.
Yeah, exactly. It's rock, scissors, paper at that point. Or the person who has the fucking counter to Landorus, which is... I don't even know. Ice. Anyone with an ice type move. That's why I was bringing out the Suicide Glalie for a while. Because with Refrigerate that turns your explosion into an ice attack, he has a 4 times weakness to ice. It gets the base damage of explosion up to about 1300. And so it's just like anything would die, no matter what defensive boosts it had or anything. And so that was fun.
Moxie.
Shut your dirty mouth. No, it's just funny because it's like you go out into the field and you end up with a team designed around killing legendary Pokemon, and it's not fun. It's like you want to build a team. You want to build like a Tyranitar that supports a Sandslash that baton passes to something cool, or like whatever. Like you want to come up with like a fun idea, something you want to play, and then the feedback you get is you need a Talonflame, you need a Landorus. Do you have a Protein Greninja? Maybe you should get one of them. They seem pretty cool. Like I don't know, it's real gimmicky. I thought it was gimmicky before when it was like power hitters and Tyranitars all over the place just throwing out earthquakes. And then they were like, no, wait till you see what we got up our butts. It's Moonducks. Moonducks everywhere.
It's always Moonducks.
Well, that's the teams I was seeing was Landorus, Thundurus, and Moonduck. And it was just like, Cresselia is the actual name of Moonduck, but Moonduck. Everyone knows Moonduck. I don't have a problem with Moonduck so much.
Yeah, I've taken down a few Moonducks.
Well, a Moonduck Trick Rooms, right? Like that's the biggest threat a Moonduck's got behind it.
Yeah,
it's
like I was playing Trick Room anyway.
Yeah,
so
right.
Don't need to drop that one.
That's true. Like the only like gimmick that was accepted by the meta was Trick Room teams, and you were already there, so it was like whatever. What was the last team? What was the team I retired on? Megalopon. It was Megalopony, Aerodactyl, Vaporeon.
I mean, that was a good team as well.
I had a great team.
If it was evenly matched with other teams and people didn't just do Landorus's, then it would be fun all the time.
It would, yeah. That was what it was like. But then people started finishing Oras, and they found all these Landoruses, and they were like, "Great, Landoruses!" And I was like, and they changed the rules to include them. They like let them back into the competition as far as I can tell. It was bad, and that's my least favorite boss fight.
We were hyped with one of the comps coming out, remember? And then we tried to join it, and it was like, nope.
Yeah, it didn't let Australians join. The fuck was that? It was online. There was no reason for Australians to be left out. And it was like, there's no competition. And all these Americans and English people and like everyone around the world was like, this is so much fun. I trained up my elements just for this. I did train the elements just for that.
My whisker.
I trained 6 Pokemon for that fucking tournament. Like in 3 days. I bred and
everyone else would have just hacked them in like 2 minutes.
I know, that's what pissed me off. It's like not fair. And you know there's like actual legitimate Pokemon generators in Japan. Like Japanese players can pay like $5 or 5,000 yen or whatever it is.
Who actually trains it up and
No. It gets spat out of your phone from an app. And it's like it's legal. It's all like a thing. It's like Nintendo knows about it and everything. And like that's just what Japan does.
I knew I was picking up on it though. Remember, I was like,
I know you were saying that shit,
like
but like
weird verse and stuff, and it's like obviously has 6 IVs.
Yeah, I just figured you weren't like practiced. I don't know. Like I just figured because I had 700 hours.
Shows up their stats as well, and it's like I have not hatched any eggs, and I'm like.
Well, it was because we were right out of X and Y. That's why I thought it was like that, because I was like, everyone's got their teams
from
X and Y.
But then it says hasn't had any trades as well, and I'm like.
Didn't need to trade. It doesn't come up as trades, does it?
Yeah, if you're going to trade from X to Y.
Not if you use Pokebank.
Pokebank would be a trade as well.
I guess. I never thought of it as a trade, but I guess it kind of is.
Like
No, it's not a trade. Pokebank is not a trade.
Well, I reckon there'd be a stat for Pokebank in that.
I've never seen one. You could look at Pokemiles, maybe? They accumulate Pokemiles off of it, like in weird numbers, like 11s and stuff. At least that was my experience with Pokemon.
Well, it looked like it was just freshmen who literally had not had any stats.
Oh yeah, like I'm sure some of them did gen. I reckon some of them probably brought it in from X and Y, and I'm sure a lot of them were like addicted to that metagame idea and this idea that like that's how the meta works. It's 6 Pokemon. That's all you get. Like out of F700, there's 6 that you can probably use. And that's what pissed me off because Eric Bodie started saying that shit to me, and I was like, "Fuck you guys!" Like, and I was like, "Cool. So when do you want to have a battle? You guys seem really up for it." And like,
we don't have teams.
No, yeah. Eric was like, "I don't have a team," but it was like, "I've been playing Monster Hunter for 600 hours," and I was like, That's what I fucking thought. When was the last time you played competitive Pokemon? Did you guys get to 1,800 points? Did you guys get to 1,800? I was like, "That's bullshit." Do you know how hard it is to get a win streak going on that fucking game? And it was all because I knew how to kill Landorus. It's because I had a Mega Lopunny with Ice Punch on it. And I fucking moved Ice Fang onto my Aerodactyl, as I recall, or somewhere on there was Ice Fang. And because it's 4 times a week, you just punch in the face.
That's why I still think it's not refined.
I think it was refined. I think it before like X and Y seemed fine to me. I didn't have a problem with X and Y. But then it's like the only legendaries that would show up in that is because the legendary birds, which aren't bad legendaries. I have no problem with Moltres showing up. I have no problem with because Talon Flame exists. I have no problem with Moltres being there. It's like fuck, you have a worse older brother, and like Zapdos and everyone, like they're all fine Pokemon to fight. But every legendary post that fact is like even Entei and stuff. Suicune's fine. I don't even care about Suicune. But like. As soon as
they're balanced, they're not like
they make sense to me. They're not fucking awful. And plus, fucking high jump kicking Suicunes is like the funniest thing in my head.
Favorite thing to do.
It's just like the funniest. Like conceptually, it's hilarious because it's this rabbit jumping up in the air and fucking kicking a dog in the head, and it's all like this water dog is like, and the rabbit just being like. I love that. Conceptually, Mega Lopunny is the funniest thing in the world in my head. Just fucking. I jump kick anything. Fucking see a Cubone? I jump kick it. Anyway. I had a whole other list. Mr. Mime, I jump kick that shit. Mime!
Just high jump kick from anything. It's pretty good.
It's hilarious. I love it. Conceptually, that is funny. The thing I want for double battles to become more refined Pokemon, as speaking boss rushes, we should anyway. I want moves to be able to combine better than just Grass Pledge, Fire Pledge, and Water Pledge. Because like in double battles, I want to be able to use my Aerodactyl to Skydrop my Lopunny, but then my Lopunny does a double damage mega high jump kick from Skydrop. Like it's not
Like
an actual
chaining
attack.
and stuff.
Yeah, it's like you can carry your own Pokemon into the sky to do more damage with fighting type moves or something like that. Like get more like things.
I just want the game.
Interesting things like that.
I've said about it before. It'd be hard to like implement, but just a different mechanic that can sort of expand. Like when you're up against a hard thing in like single player, you just throw a potion a couple of times, sort of deal. And
Yeah.
sort of
You pitched that to
gives you a bit of a
me.
chance.
Remember you pitched the item idea to me when you were
I
playing
guess it's like a
Auras.
handicap. So if you go in with a team, it's like
No.
sort of like
Nah.
Showdown does, how they give you handicap levels.
No. No.
No.
No. It's too imbalanced.
But a way to do it so it's balanced.
But my thing is that all Pokemon should be balanced before they walk into the room. Like, if you're a final evolution, you should be balanced. And like, whether that's the fact that Whiscash's typing is so good that its stats have to be lower, or whether it's Charizard is so buff that he has like 4 times weaknesses. There needs to be things like that happening, because it's like, otherwise it's just too. It is about power hitting. It's fucking about Mega Punches. That's all you've got. Like, Mega Punch is an actual move.
Dynamic Punch.
Dynamic. Oh, that is the best name. That was the last Pokemon I was trying. I should go back and play Pokemon. I was training my Machamp, and it was just going to be called the Champ, and I was going to sit him next to an Amoonguss called Hype Man, and it was going to be the Champ and Hype Man, and they were just going to double battle their way to victory. But then I was like, well, there's Landorus everywhere, so I may as well just fucking give up on that dream.
All right, we should wrap it up.
Imagine a little, hey Dezeran!
Hey man.
I'm about to wrap up, but I'll probably hit you up on Skype some.
Oh, so my outfit for Supernova. Have you seen anything on that?
I saw a photo, and I was very proud of you. Is it 2 sweaters?
Yeah, I've got 2.
Tell everyone where you're gonna be.
I'm not actually gonna be.
Yeah, you are. Full costume, wig and all.
No.
You're gonna dress as a lady.
No, I know you.
Are you gonna be gender swap, Mabel? Sorry, I'll let you finish. Oh my god.
I'm just a tourist that's like gone to the Mystery Shack and bought all this stuff from Mystery Shack.
Oh, that's
so all my
smart.
stuff has like tags and stuff on it, and it says like Mystery Shack, no refunds.
That's
Like,
fucking.
it has the
That's high
concept.
concept.
Yeah.
That is really
So I've got like
thinking about
the bracelet that's like
Oh, the deer teeth for
that
kids.
says Dear Teeth for Kids. So it's got like the $sign from Gravity Falls, and it says
Oh my
Mystery Shack,
God.
and then underneath it says no refunds as well on that.
Oh,
I've
I
got
want. Yeah,
the,
you still make me a deer teeth bracelet?
Yeah, I'll make you one.
I can make my own if you show me how. I can,
Just gotta get
Can we
a
have a
deer,
craft?
man.
Get a deer, suck its teeth out with telekinetic ability, give it to a child, take it back, make a bracelet, put the teeth back in the deer. What's the next step? I don't know,
You've got the
man.
bracelet now. There's no next step.
What?
And then
how
I've
does the
got
deer
the,
eat?
The spinny wheel. The,
Oh yeah, the most
Siphon
distracting.
wheel.
Oh wait, is that the thing where he's like? Is this scene where Stan like holds it up? He's like, now let's look at the most distracting object in the
Oh, I wish
world.
I had that. No, it's the thing that I posted where it's like the Bill Cipher spinny wheel. Have you not seen that?
I don't think I've seen that. I saw the maple sweaters.
Yeah, the Mabel sweaters.
They're
made
fucking
them myself.
awesome. I
They're
know
just
you did.
turtlenecks.
I saw. I was like, that is genius.
And I've got
One's
like
a
a
llama.
vest that just has a big red question mark on the back.
That's cool.
And I just need to figure out a few more little accessories.
Yeah, it was coming together when I saw it.
Tourist trap.
Gender swap Mabel. Yep, you are Gender swap Mabel from the fan fiction I'm writing about Girl Dipper and Boy Mabel and Granty Stan.
Granty Stan.
Granty Stan. We have fun here. What was I looking up? I forget. Oh well. Don't make me use the sit down gun.
Sit down.
Sit down!
Don't make me use the stand-up gun.
Stand up. Stand up!
Oh, God.
I think I took my gun away because there's so much violence.
Today's Thursday, isn't it?
What day do we do the podcast on? Are you fucking kidding me right now? It's Turds Day, that's true.
Turds Day.
Turds Day. Deseret says, "Good evening, guys. Just got home from Dungeons and Dragons."
Evening, Desmond.
He says, "Oh, whoa, that's nice." He's like, "Also, Avi, you're awesome. You know why?"
I know why.
Oh, you might actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I showed you why. Or at
He is
least
awesome.
my assumption. Shut up. Everyone stop being anxious. It's too much.
I tell you what, I
don't deal with praise well.
I got given as a present a pic that this girl I babysitted when she was like a little kid,
Yeah.
sort of up to wherever, acted as a big brother sort of thing.
Yeah.
She was like, I made you this in metalwork class when she was in high school, and it was a pic that said Kieran the Awesome.
That's
And she gave it to me, I was
cool. Did you? Is a metal pick okay? Is that gonna
You
do?
can't use it on the guitar.
Yeah, that was gonna be
It
fucking
had a
brutal.
little hole punch so you could wear it.
Oh,
as a
cool,
necklace.
okay.
That's sort of
Yeah,
thing,
that's
like,
awesome.
Don't wear that out. It's like.
I think you wear it. Hey,
Do I even
think you got
have
a
it
little
still?
bracelet.
I had it in my wallet for ages.
I got a little bracelet, guys. You fucking wear it like a motherfucker. I'm so tired.
I'm super psyched for Supernova though. Super psyched. I think Sasha's gonna make a guest appearance.
Sasha Grey.
Sasha Grey.
She's a porn star that started doing real movies recently, and she was on all these like YouTube shows, being like, "I'm doing real movies now." And then I googled who she was because she was showing up everywhere. I was like, "She's an ex-porn star." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Have you seen the Netflix after porn?
No, but I keep seeing it
It just
recommended
pops
to me. I'm
I
like,
know,
what the fuck?
It was recommended to me. I'm like, why is I've watched like
And you watch the game documentaries and shit.
no, recommended this.
I know why. I know why.
And so I watched it.
I recommended it to Steph because she really likes those kinds of like
It's weird.
sex worker documentaries.
It's out there. It's 2 hours of like
Sad.
sadness, like
People that can't find love.
uh
Oh.
people that have like get kicked out of home and they're like 16 years old, and it's like,
Oh.
oh man, this is heavy. And then these crazy old dudes who are like, I just want to find someone I can love properly. It's like, it's not good.
Have you seen the Louis Theroux episode?
Yeah, I have.
About part of that guy's like, do you think these girls would sleep with me if I wasn't in this job? And then it's like, you have so many problems. That sentence alone. I love that guy. He was my favorite Louis Theroux episode actually, because like I love that the porn star kid. He is like the coolest dude. He's like such a chill guy. He's like got a lot of problems, but I like totally get him.
Or even
I'm
like the managers that they go to, like the agents, and the ladies just saying they're all fucked up. We don't want to deal with them. It's like, you guys like supporting the industry. You're creating this industry. It's like, we don't care. They're fucked up.
Lol jokes. Money. No, that's problems. There's a lot of problems in that industry, but like I see it recommended on my Netflix queue, and I'm just like, nah, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I straight up told my girlfriend, because she's like, she would be into it. She watches stuff like that in the same vein. She watches a lot of gypsy documentaries.
I've had to put up a new sign at my shop that says no ironic book browsing. It's getting a lot of that.
No, stop it. You're like slapping people on the eyes. Stab it.
It's because like these young hipster people would walk in, they'd be like, check out the title of that one. Books. And be like,
no ironic. Oh my god.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah. You're sitting there reading Tolstoy, and you're just like, fucking
this one
reading
says,
War and Peace.
Don't know. It's like people laughing at John Green. It's like,
what the fuck is that? No, that still fucking doesn't. Is it because the movie just came out and there's something weird about the movie or something? Because like the Fault in Our Stars movie came out, and it was like, I think it was like pretty corny, but I wasn't like fucking Cancer Girl. I don't know why you're laughing at that. There's dark places in this world, and that's one of them.
Yeah, they were laughing at like, they'd grab books out and it'd be like, lose weight from your thighs, and then they'd laugh and be like,
it seems like a pretty valid sentence. Yep, that's where you lose weight. That frustrates me, because like books are like the least funny thing to me. I get that with like a DVD store, and you pull up like Sharknado or whatever the fuck, you know.
And
Like,
then
you go through
they walk out of the bookstore and they say, I hate books and stuff like that. And it's like,
great.
spent like an hour looking at books. What the?
You seem to love them. Why? I don't understand hating an inanimate object to start with. Let's just talk about that for a second. Like, they did nothing. I get the resistance. Like, I don't love reading. Like, it's not like my first choice of entertainment, but I respect it, and I do. Like, I'm looking for Philip K. Dick books right now, which is like really hard to find, but like I respect him as an author, and I like what he does. So it's like that makes sense to me.
I like reading as an entertainment to escape from like. It can be stressful watching stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Takes a
feel
strain.
that. Nah, I'm digital. I'm so the opposite direction. I feel like it's really. It's not even
But then when
stressful
you
to
start
read.
reading a book, when you start reading a book, it's sort of like, hey, this is pretty relaxed.
No, but it's too relaxed. I fall asleep. If I
I've
read,
never fell asleep reading a book.
really, my imagination doesn't keep me up. It's just like nighttime. Like, may as well just fucking hit me on the head with a mallet if you give me a
I don't
book.
fall asleep watching movies either. What movie have? Oh no, there is a movie I fell asleep watching.
Got the new Godzilla.
No,
That was
probably
my
one of
one.
the Godfathers.
Oh god, you will watch that. You kept doing that though. You'd show up at my house and you'd be like, "I got plans tonight." And you'd like stay up all night doing some weird shit, and then we'd all like wake up and be like, "What the fuck's going on, dude?" Like, you'd be like picking weeds out of your Animal Crossing village, or you fucking watching The Godfather, and like you'd just be like, "What? Okay." Didn't want to watch it with us? And you're like, no, I got headphones, good. Fucking weirdo. Well, it's like Pez would just play Diablo 2 as well.
Yeah, he'd just be there playing Diablo 2.
I feel like we all had our space. Yeah, we all just my brothers. That's what it was like. It was like sharing a house with like siblings, because I was like, we didn't interact all the time. Good times.
Good time.
I still haven't seen The Godfather because it's. I swear it's because you watched it that night, and I've just been like, that seems long.
It's so long. Three parts.
I'm not. Yeah.
Like 3 hours.
I've heard the third part isn't really worth it.
Whew. You don't remember anything from it either.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
I think I watched it because I was like, I'm going to get some sweet quotes from this, and I'm just going to be dishing out Godfather quotes all the time.
There's one
Just
scene
like-
you need to see.
Yeah, there's like Godfather overload. It's like, what can I use from this?
What? Yeah, I have nothing now.
I just use Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire is great. I should watch season 2 of that. I've left it at season 1.
I've only seen season 1 as well.
That's weird, huh? Because I didn't have an urge.
It
Like, I
closed
didn't.
itself for me. It was sort of like, yeah, that's completed itself.
Yeah, it was like dust. I mean, it set up that stuff where it was like, this kid's this guy's son or whatever, and like all that shit. And I was like, oh, whoa. But then I was like, I liked it. It was a good season. And if I ever feel like going back to it, I've got more. It's not like it went anywhere.
I haven't seen the new Game of Thrones. Is it a goodie? I heard it broke records.
For piracy?
No, but it broke views.
View record. Like,
Yeah.
legitimate view
The
records.
most views for the premiere for
Apparent-
Game of Thrones and like worldwide.
I mean,
It's crazy.
I
It's
mean,
like
I would have
72
been.
million or something.
I would have been on
crazy.
that number because I streamed it live when it was airing in the US.
Yeah.
Because like you get that Foxtel package, dude. It is awesome. Like, it's expensive, whatever. I've only got 3 months while I'm watching Game of Thrones, so
But
that's fine.
Their concept is come and go whenever you want.
Sort
of like
for Foxtel
yeah.
thing, is it?
They're advertising that. They're saying if you want to watch it this month, it's fine. You just watch it that month.
Well,
Then
that
you can leave for a month
the
and
3
come
month
back
deal
when your
is.
show's back on.
Yeah, well, that's sort of what I'm doing, like, and using it that way because there's 2 shows that HBO is bringing out right now: Silicon Valley and Game of Thrones, and they're both coming out on Foxtel. And they're offering a deal, coincidentally, as Game of Thrones
$30
starts.
a month.
Well, you get $15 off of the premium movies, which is premium movies and drama, which is where Game of Thrones lives in the packages of cable companies. But you get $15 off a month for the first 3 months, and so it's only $5 to get that extra package. So it rounds out at a pretty like reasonable
So
price.
it's $15 for 3 months.
It's 20, 30, 35, 25. It's 25 or 35. I forget.
For
I'm gonna have to
one.
go look.
For the movies and
Well, I did a sneaky because I started on the drama package and I switched over to the entertainment package because the drama package isn't that great, but the premium drama package has all the HBO stuff. So I switched over to the entertainment package for my standard package. It's fucking cable companies are stupid, by the way. Like Netflix, you're just like, I'm in, and then you start watching stuff, and cable companies like, do you want kids TV, comedy, drama, or like, and which premium package would you like? And it's like fucking super expensive. It's just dumb. But yeah, basically there's some discount. Got it cheap. You can stream it as it airs in the US at 9 p.m. in the US on HBO, and it's like 11 a.m. on a Monday for me, which is like actually perfect timing. It's like I'm back from work, I can have a little nap, and then I wake up and I'm like, Game of Thrones time, which is awesome.
Is it weekly?
Yeah, it's weekly. It was so fucking, it was great because I signed up like 15 minutes before it aired as well. So like I opened up the program and I was like, oh shit, Game of Thrones is on in 15 minutes, and then I was like, I watched it. There was no waiting for torrents to go up. There was no waiting for like problems. It all ran completely smoothly. And personally, I kind of liked feeling
a part of it.
Yeah, feeling a part of it and not having to fucking wait around, like look for torrents, like do all this stuff. Like I didn't have to do anything. It was just done. And like, and then after Game of Thrones ended, I was like, I'll fly pop to the Comedy Channel and just fucking went and watched like 30 Rock and shit or whatever. Like it's just like it was.
Is it work
good.
like a TV show, a TV station where it's like, well, now this episode's on, or can you
Well,
just go through and
you
pick
can
what
live.
shows?
Well, you can do both. You can live stream TV or you can watch it like Netflix. And it's got this cool channel on there called Box Sets, and Box Sets is just like DVDs with cable programs put up in full seasons like Netflix.
With like special features and everything.
I'm not sure the special features are on there, but it's like, you know, you got all 10 episodes of Silicon Valley season 1 is on there, and like all the seasons of Game of Thrones are on there, and like it's just this thing called Box Sets.
And it pays for itself, doesn't it?
Pretty much. Like it's a lot more expensive than Netflix, but it's kind of nice. It's good to have. And I'm getting to a point where I just can't be bothered. And if they're changing all the laws on piracy and stuff in Australia in September,
data retention and all that.
All that crap. I don't even want to fucking play with that noise. Like I like my internet too much to like risk it and to be like that smarmy asshole that's like, but I deserve this because I've been doing it for so long. They can't do that to me. And it's like, yeah, they can.
What they're doing is wrong.
Pretty much.
I was pretty annoyed actually when I heard that like
I'm not
4 episodes leaked before it's even premiered, and I'm like, man, why?
No, I know. Pez did it, and I was like, that's annoying. Sorry, I'm joking.
It wasn't even standard def. It was like a translation bounce, so people could get it in different languages and had a watermark and stuff on it.
Did it? See, fuck
sure.
That. Why?
It
Who
was
watched
like
that?
a file that someone sent. It's like, we need to send off these for low quality files, just so
and it just
people
got
can
into the wrong
overdub
hands.
different languages on them, and it's like,
Without having a
hey,
full episode to
I'm
it,
gonna
like a full
put this
page.
up on.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
torrent.
I hope to hell it was a watermarked shitty version.
I'm pretty sure it
'cause
is.
That's hilarious. That's so funny. Because fuck them. Like as someone posts for it and shit, and like actually has some kind of like.
I mean, I support Game of Thrones. I've got all the
Yeah, exactly.
I've
I want to
got
pick up
all
the
the
DVDs. I kind of feel like I want the DVDs.
or Blu-rays. Which ones? I got the
If you have a Blu-ray player, you may as well have the Blu-rays.
because when you buy a Blu-ray, you get a DVD in it anyway.
I know, and then a digital download in the back sometimes anyway as well. Shit like that. I've got Ultraviolet of Seed of Chucky or whatever. Curse of Chucky? Did my girlfriend
Have you
buy
ever
that?
actually got those?
Yeah, I've got a few.
Do you collect the ultraviolets?
No, I want it. I've been trying to organize. Here's one. Dead End Tombstone, direct to DVD. Danny Trejo, Mickey Rock plays the devil, tortures Danny Trejo for a while. It's pretty fun. But it's got like an ultraviolet. I don't know if that's just an Australian sort of service more than anything.
No.
But you get like digital download code as well.
Why do they call it ultraviolet though? Why not just?
Because it's
I think
made
it
of
confuses-
sunlight.
It confuses it really.
Oh yeah, it could just be like.
So I was like, what's this ultraviolet?
Well, I don't know why they don't just call it. Well, it's clearly UV, like it's Universal Movies, right? Like it stands for the Universal company that produces movies. And my theory around ultraviolet is it's just a fucking
Comes
Universal
from the sun.
twist. No, they're just twisting on Universal. They're just like stupid.
Oh, because there's a V in violet.
Yeah, and
First.
universal. It's like the second syllable. Fucking whatever. What I want to do though is I wanted to make a joint account that everyone that was getting ultraviolets could hook into, so we could share movies easier. Because I know Steph's got a bunch and I got a bunch, and if we can find more people, we just put the codes all into one account, and then it's like maybe send a group text and just be like, "Hey, I'm watching a movie," and then everyone else can be like, "Cool, that's good, good job." And then they won't bother you or won't bother the account or anything. Yeah, everyone's got all the movies and it's cool. Dead and Tombstone. If you want to see an old Danny Trejo struggle through some action scenes, pretty good.
My cousin just came back from New Zealand, and he said that like all those laws of internet monitoring and all that sort of stuff actually went ahead in New Zealand.
Oh, it's going ahead everywhere. What are you gonna do? Like, what's the argument you make, right? Like, okay, how about this? Piracy is rampant, and it's a real problem, and everyone can just do it freely, and it's just, for some reason, the ISPs didn't ban the sites or something like that, and they decided punishing the customers was the right idea, even though they left it lying out there like a plate of grapes.
Cedars now, aren't they?
Oh, I am not invested in any of the talk. I don't give a flying fuck what anyone says. They see as soon as you go onto a torrent site.
Yeah.
That your whole list of every site you ever visit, no matter what you do, is going to be put on their records. And now they're saving that data for 2 years.
But it's the metadata. Have you heard like them trying to describe the metadata?
No one knows what metadata is, but let me put it this way. They will know what websites you visited on at any given time for the rest of your life. That's basically what we're talking about. I have heard them try to explain it a few times.
So good.
It's the funniest thing. Look up Australian politician describes metadata, because like I bet you'll find something perfect that hits the nail on the head.
They got no idea.
Tony Abbott has no idea what he's talking about.
It never does.
I mean, yeah, no, he's just eating onions. If you haven't seen the GIF of Tony Abbott taking a bite out of an onion, it's worth it. It's pretty fucking great.
A bite out of an onion as a dare in high school.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Did you see the whole clip of that?
No, I haven't.
He's like. They're sort of talking about how fresh these onions are, and I think the farmer said like, "Oh, I ate one at breakfast every day or whatever." And then Tony Abbott gets it in his head that he means he actually eats an onion like a fucking apple every morning, or like maybe that's what he does. But anyway, he thinks it's a good idea, and he just he just takes a bite out. And he's like trying to like play it off as cool, and he's like, onion. It's like, you know that he's like.
Dying
if I spit this out, it'll be even dumber than what I just did.
Because there's nothing happening inside that stuff.
Boom, boom, boom.
Onion food. Yum, yum. Baby food.
Baby.
Oh, yum, yum.
I would love like a flash animation gif of just Tony Abbott feeding babies into his mouth over and over again, just
From that viral video where he bit a baby.
Wait, he bit a baby? There's a lot of shit he's done. I have trouble keeping up.
He definitely.
You just starting rumors.
He's
Leader
like,
of our country.
A baby. Here, hold my baby.
No.
Stop it. Stop.
Politics. Welcome
Boss
to the
battle.
politics,
Definitely
guys.
boss battle.
Yeah, the boss battle of life is politicians. What's your favorite boss battle? If it's Shadow of the Colossus, tell us why. Because Shadow of the Colossus is probably the best boss battles in video games. That's just
What about
a fact.
that game that was like literally? Oh no, it was a. I remember there was Warcraft 3 map that was boss battles. Do you remember?
I don't know.
They'd like throw these crazy boss battles that would like have like these radiating attacks, and you sort of have to dodge him and then hit him and then come back. And do you remember?
Yeah,
coming back to you.
do we all pick classes or something?
Yeah.
And like I was the priest for a while. God, dude, Warcraft 3 is the best game ever made. I'm just throwing it out there right now. Like Warcraft 3, just for the map pack, like there are more maps than people on the planet. Like that's sort of the situation we're at, and they're all not all, but a lot of them are fun. And like I don't know, where's that map editor? Why didn't Blizzard just bring that out? Just be like, here's the Warcraft 3 map editor. Warcraft 3 is now a free-to-play RTS. Have fun, guys. And then we all would have been like, oh my god, Blizzard, I actually think you're a cool guy.
No, Blizzard will be like, hey, we've mixed it up a bit, and now you can.
And now you have all of your maps before you even start playing. We made them all already. Thank you for coming. And you open up the map editor, and the only thing you can do is export pre-made maps. No! It was just so open. Like it was like you could edit.
What's your favorite map editor in a game?
Warcraft 3.
Have you edited maps in Warcraft 3?
I made entire RPGs in Warcraft 3. I made it like with cutscenes and shit. I made this really fun RPG you could play. You were a princess, but you were like sort of like a magey princess type, and your king gets killed by like a Lich King type. I didn't really finish it, but like I got through all these cutscenes, and like your first levels of skills was like you could summon these water elementals, but the water elementals were called telecomentals, and they like their water attack pulled enemies in, and then you could like fucking blizzard on them and shit. And it was like it was all about comboing with like your spells and stuff. It was just cool like RPG.
What other map makers did you like in other games?
Tony Hawk's 2
Yeah,
is pretty good. That's it.
What other maps? Is like Sims.
Lemmings had a pretty. I feel like I've edited a Lemmings map before I felt like I was having fun. Maybe
you have Rollercoaster Tycoon is just
Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3. Rollercoaster is just a map. I was trying to say Minecraft. Minecraft is just a map editing game. You're just manipulating a map.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, considering what you were doing in our first server, building fucking giant dungeons and shit.
Man, in the one that we played, I put so much effort into a storyline dungeon that no one's touched.
I'm happy to come. I haven't seen it.
That village above the water?
Wait, that's a dungeon?
That's a dungeon. That's a whole storyline right there. That's a mini game in itself.
I've been in and out. Like, I've been wandering through it.
No, you chat to some of the people, try on some of the things, and there's a storyline there. And there's a mystery behind it.
Can we go? We should do a series. We should film a little series, and you can take me into the dungeon.
I think it's like not quite finished, but like there's a whole
interesting
secret.
A secret.
And I was hoping someone would be like, "Hey, Kieran, I just figured out something on your thing." And they'd be like, "Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did." That's because no one. We've got a new world, even. I don't really think that world's sitting there anymore. No, like it's off in a separate save, but like it's the guys came up. The guys messaged me and they're like, "We have a new world." Or they were like, "We don't even mind if you reset the world or something." And I was like, "Fine, asshole." Like I was just like having
my fishing village. I was gonna return to that one day.
Are we playing Minecraft ever again? I'm still paying for that space.
I was thinking,
I'm still waiting for mods. Like as soon as those realms are moddable, I'm gonna like do some work and like get back into it. Because there's mods I want. You know, like there's things I want, like extra creatures, which is always fun. Because you get like heaps of like dolphins and stuff that you can ride. Ride dolphins, they're like water horses.
Yeah. Is there an update for Minecraft? It's got to have been up.
Oh yeah, I'll open it right now and we can have a look if anything's happened since I was there. It was mostly just bug fixes last time I was seeing. Favorite boss fight in Minecraft?
The Ender Dragon. Oh no, the Ender Dragon's amazing.
The Ender Dragon's hilarious. We built this crazy server and we got too invested in cheating.
We'll terramorph it with Ender Dragons because they cut through blocks.
No, I thought that I was going to use Ender Dragons to destroy all of the creative mode shit we had built because I was fucking pissed off that we were cheating so much. Like I was getting so frustrated with it, and I was just like, this isn't even fun. Like what the fuck are we doing? And that was before I even had a realms. Minecraft 1.8.3 brings a bunch of optimizations, bug fixes, 100% compatible with older 1.8.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, no, the only versions that like add stuff are like the big.
Have they given up on it now?
Notch doesn't work there. Like Notch doesn't work there. Microsoft owns it. Apparently, YouTube isn't covering it anymore. Like YouTubers aren't doing Minecraft as much anymore because it was like.
That's strange, isn't it? The death of Minecraft.
It feels that way.
I've been feeling that too. It's sort of like I want to go back to it, but at the same time, I feel like I've done everything that I've got out of it.
Yeah, it's like you sort of reach a point where it's like, how many more blocks of dirt can I stack? You know, just an endless sea of data. 8 billion sheep
keep throwing it all over their house.
That was fun. Well, that was it. Like that was the fun times when we were interacting with people. If people were playing, I'd be happy to. I would go play. But like, there's not a community. Like you have to organize for people to be playing, and I don't think that's fun. Like I don't like that. But I really like Minecraft, and the mini games are fun. I've been enjoying the mini games on Rails. Like, me and Steph play the mini games sometimes, just because no one else is on ever. I'll check if someone's on right now. And then I'm going to kick them off. I've been invited to a couple of Minecraft servers from our darling community. Our lovely YouTubers out there. They've got some like modded servers.
Very life-consuming, Minecraft.
Oh yeah, you need 6 hours, right? Like you need some time. Because if you start a job, you're going to want to finish it. And who knows what that job might end up as? Because you might build a chicken coop, but then you got to farm 6,000 chicken eggs or some shit.
The chicken murder woods.
The chicken murder.
Do you remember those?
Kinda. Oh, yeah. More now that I'm thinking about it.
Ottoman 13. My gosh.
Ottoman 13. See, I think one of these is us, and Xperia is the
New one.
changed one.
Wood.
Wood. Yeah, people say wood, and I'm like, you're an idiot. It's wood. Because it's got 2 O's, so it makes an oo noise.
Memory battle.
Yeah, Memory Battle was the new one.
Go
It's
in,
glitchy
go,
as
go
fuck.
in and see what the.
What?
No, not in the mini games. Go to Wood. If that's the.
Switching. Yeah. I like the Ender Dragon because of that. What happened was we built the cheat world. Get back to this. We built this cheaty world full of cheated mine rails and diamond blocks and all the rest. And then I ran off, and you guys were just like, "Where'd you go?" and stuff, and I was like, "No, it's fine." And then like
Let's see if this works.
yeah, it's like I'm just gonna check something. I'm sorry if this fucks everything up. And you guys were like, "What?" Like you were like, "Excuse
I
me."
think, no,
I feel
my
like-
thing had been built without cheats. It was because I built this tower, do you remember? And I built it without
I don't believe you.
this. No. 'Cause I didn't
There's
have-
no way you can convince me. I don't believe
Maybe
you.
I did. I don't remember.
We were all cheating, dude. That was a cesspool. We were like the cheatiest of cheats. And then you like had trouble coming back to reality. You had this weird PTSD when we got the next server, and you were like, "I need to build," and you were like, "Give me creative," and you like built all these giant dungeons made out of fucking diamonds and emeralds and shit.
these like
Jump puzzles.
platformers, yeah.
And I was the only person that could do them, and everyone was like, "Oh, I can't play this. It's so hard." And I'm like, "Squeeze
Oh
me."
no, I lost my inventory. Why did you take it with you?
Yes.
You can put it in right here. Before
Yeah.
you do it.
And then they're like, "Oh, give me my inventory back," and I'm like, "All right." And then I cover their house in ore.
Oh, I did not know this place.
I ran off.
You can spawn home.
I'm gonna be in full screen. I forgot that that's how that full screen works. Well, I'll get whatever, dude. /TP home maybe. Never mind. I'm quitting Minecraft. But I'll leave that server up so that if those guys come back, they're like, "Oh, what? My world."
Oh no. Who was it? Is it?
There was the other group. This is the it's guys that didn't really have much interest in interacting with us.
Yeah.
Kept running, kept being like, "You know what?
Really
I'm gonna build my house 6,000 kilometers in that direction."
had to approve of like segregation. And
Yeah, they loved
crazy
segregating
stuff.
the world. I don't know.
And then you'd find these crazy signposts that were really offensive.
I don't remember that.
Really?
I remember I found some signposts from you that I found offensive.
Like what?
Nothing. Nothing at all. You're fired.
I don't remember putting any signposts up.
Oh, I do remember you doing such a thing. Because you're the only person that would use that grammar, dude.
No. What did I say?
You were like, "My grandma's the sauciest." And I was like, "Stop using that grandma."
What? Oh.
Grammar joke.
You on?
No, orange light.
Does the game controller focus on?
Updates just came out. And if your Wii U's connected to the internet, it auto updates for you.
Oh,
And then it starts flashing blue on the controller if you've got something to look at. You can grab it if you want.
yeah. I'm getting proper internet at home now.
Yeah, heard about that, dude. Hell yeah.
What's that?
I don't know.
So I was
You have
saying
really good fists.
we could play Monster Hunter.
Yeah, once on a Wii U, dude. Fucking play anything. Anything.
I don't know anything.
Anything.
Literally anything.
Heroes of the Storm. Play Heroes of the Storm with me and Desiree and shit. That'd be awesome. I'd love to get you involved in this. Well, no, because get this. Another hot tip. Pez, the other guy from Retroverse that you know and I know, but no one else seems to. He asked me to help him like buy a mic and get set up to record and do stuff soon.
Really? Cool.
So, you with proper internet, him with a microphone, we could be really moving towards some interesting times and actually be able to do some stuff and like really nut out what's going on.
Because at the moment, it's like I put my iPad, get 4G, but it's like
No, yeah, I get you.
training.
It's the 4G is a good, like the iPad and the 4G and all that stuff. That's a good option, but like I get it,
You want something you can just walk in your house, automatically connected.
I mean, yeah, and you guys are in a position where like that's not a bad thing to have, like because you can do that. But like I totally get using your phone if you're like moving around and you're like you're fresh out of like into a new place and stuff. Like there's no point setting up internet if you're just moved in or whatever. At the start of your journey. What's your schedule, dude? Like when are we?
I'm not bothering. It's Thursday.
What, just like at all?
No, but it's just been like.
The Thursday? Okay.
If the rest of the week was like this, then Thursday's not going to be any better.
just show up at 1 and hope for the best.
I just
don't want to. Yeah. I'm just not going to hold you back, brother.
It's okay, bro.
Bro. Oh, I'm just a sheep. Bah. Welcome to the third hour coming up. The cast. Been up since 3 in the morning. Pretty tired today. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Oh, gosh, we have fun here. I think we're coming to the end of this, though. I mean, we're at the end of our discussion a while ago. I think we have much more to say. Sorry if I've missed any messages or anything from anyone. I don't think I have. Oh, I did. I'm sorry, I missed these. Desiree wrote, do you remember the boss fight with Velius in Final Fantasy Tactics? Dear God. I haven't played too much Final Fantasy Tactics. I've been meaning to get back into that, actually. Because I really like tactics games, and I really like, Fire Emblem. I really enjoyed the new Fire Emblem, and, like, went back and played some of the old ones, and, like, really enjoyed them. So, yeah. Final Fantasy Tactics is definitely something I want to get amongst. Thank you. And, the solo section of that boss fight is such a pain in the butt. I haven't played it. I really want to now, though. Actually, I don't. Pain in the butt. Doesn't sound good. I don't know what I want. Open up my resume and first thing on it's like goals for the future. It's like pain in the butt. It's not there.
I just remembered something that happened last night.
Okay.
A cat fight. There's just like
actual cats?
Yeah, there's a stray cat that's getting
it's
around.
Like Kieran,
and bothers like everyone's cats in the house.
Okay.
And the neighbor hadn't let their cat in the house and it was nighttime, and the stray cat was getting around. Anyway, our cat freaks out, jumps under the bed.
Oh.
And it was like, oh, no, help me. And so I went outside, and there's like the next door neighbor's cat is just getting destroyed by this stray cat. And then like I ran out there with a broom and had to chase this other cat away. And then the neighbor's cat sort of like limps back home. God. It's a crazy stray cat. It's got to go.
That's a hectic.
I know.
You're cold somewhere about that.
And then like I heard the neighbors like 10 minutes after calling their cat, they're going,
is it actually stray or is it like,
I don't know.
Is it just some fucking stupid dickhead owner that doesn't put his cat away?
I reckon it's stray. It doesn't have a collar, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question, I guess. Is it chipped? Can you take it to a vet?
Maybe? I hope you can catch it. I've tried to catch it. It climbs up the trees and
you hit it with a rock.
Some parkour.
Hit it with a fucking rock and you probably catch it pretty easy. Knock it the fuck out.
Get the slingshot out. I did do
Oh my god.
The slingshot broke. Because like the rubber got so old.
Lucky that it broke. Fucking kill a cat with a slingshot. You know how easy it would be to kill a cat with a fucking slingshot? Anything you shut out, it would bleed out.
Up our fly screens.
No, I don't.
Destroyed everything.
I'm not supporting the stray cat. I'm just saying maybe don't kill it with a slingshot because that's brutal.
I can't because the slingshot broke anyway. So now I've just got to get my sword out and just chase it after with a sword.
Do you ever feel like your neighbors are gonna get you evicted by the council or something? Like...
I did run out in my underwear, brandishing a broom last night.
Are you good friends with your neighbors, or are you
really? So anyone looking out would just see me under the street, holding a broom, waving it around,
I'm gonna mess you up, cat.
yelling at cats.
Motherfuck Puss in Boots and shit. I should probably. When did I reset mine? Should probably do it again.
10.
Bloop. And we're back.
Hey.
Hey, ho, let's go. Rich Creek Bop. It's my favorite song by those guys.
As if Beat on the Brat's way better.
No, you're right. Beat on the Bread is better. No. Well, no, I'm not saying it's not better. I'm just saying it's not my favorite song. Like it's just the one I remembered. The Hermanos. The Hermanos.
The Hermanos.
The Hermanos. Hermanos?
What else have we got to talk about?
We didn't have a plan. I said should we talk about boss battles at like 7:45 this morning? You're like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, man, doesn't sound too excited. I was standing at a bakery, so I was pretty excited. And then you just told me that, and I was like, fuck. My day.
I just woke up. I was like sleeping, and then I woke up and I yelled at Jessie saying, "You realize that episode we watched last night wasn't the season finale?" And I fell back to sleep. And she's like, "Did you seriously just wake up to tell me that?"
You were like, "No." Shush now. Just like close her eyes with your palm of your hand. It's fine.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, Jesse. It's okay. That's pretty funny.
And then I got up and I was like, "Oh no, what time is it? It's 7:30. Oh, okay."
Back to sleep. And then you got up at 8, made a coffee, made a giant tea. Sorry. You don't drink coffees and you have tea that's too big. Too big.
It's big as my head.
I mean, I'd say it's as big as your face, probably. I mean, yeah, you could fit a significant amount of your head mass within that cup. That's true. It's very true.
Perfect size for a head to fit into.
I have a mustache.
So do I.
It's a nose. I think you can fizz out my mustache. You're like, hey, look at that cat's mustache. Like, you mean its face?
Just yelling at people's cats.
Whoa! Sick Van Dyke, bro. And you're like, high five. And it's like a dog that's sort of trained. And he goes, yeah, high five. That's what I want. That's what I want in my life.
Oh,
did we get into favorite boss fights ever and stuff?
Yeah.
Did we talk about that?
We did that.
I just feel like being here. I don't know what else to say at this point. I spent time outside yesterday.
Whoa.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? I had a pretty nice time. I didn't look at a screen for like hours, except to send a couple of texts.
Yeah,
that's just lying.
Outside currently.
Yeah. Albie Parker is feeling outside right now. I don't know. It was just I hadn't sat outside for a long period of time in a while. I don't know. Like it
took you by surprise how
just relaxing outside. It was just nice. It's not even like it wasn't anything to it even. It was just like I just had a good time. I was like, maybe we should do this more. Just
breathing in some fresh air.
Well, no, I hate fresh air. I took dirty socks in a bag, so I could just hyperventilate into that. But no, the sunshine was good. A little breeze on my face.
Vitamin D. You like the vitamin D?
I'm really deficient in vitamin D.
Yeah, so
I'm crazy, but yeah.
Jessie got her blood test back as well, and it said you should probably get some more vitamin D.
Vitamin.
Vitamin.
What the fuck is vitamin? Do you say yogurt?
I say yogurt.
Good. You say penguin?
Hey?
You say penguin?
Penguin.
England? Penguin?
England.
Dude, that's what fucking Joey says once.
What?
He pronounces E's as I's. It's like England. England. That sounds weird, but I'm trying to pronounce the E. England. Okay, England, but then that's not a justification to start saying penguin. Right? Next time, if you next time you see Joey, just fucking say penguin, and then it's gonna be great.
In high school, for like saying ham.
Penguin.
People would always say, "I say ham." Funny.
Is that how you say it?
That's how I say it. Oh man.
No, I'm kidding. I'm hamming it up because I think that's a funny thing. I don't know, what is it? I say... I couldn't say Pacific for a long time. Or specific. Specific was really...
Pacific and Northwest. Do you get the reference of that? It's like...
Yeah,
Kanye West named his kid Northwest.
Oh, is that... You think it's a Kanye joke?
Yeah, it's a Kanye joke.
It's a fucking direction joke, dude.
You sure?
It's the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, but Pacifica, because Kanye named his kid
I know, Northwest.
So it's like, let's put Northwest, and let's take it one step further and make it Pacifica Northwest.
I think it's a thing. I think it's just an explorer thing. It's just like... It's an explorer thing.
It's one of those in things for explorers. It's like, hey, the explorer reference, nice.
Yeah.
The cartographers are all gathered around.
The cartographers in a gang with their fucking tri-squares. What are they called? Tri-squares? Right?
Tri-squares.
Set
squares.
Set squares. That's the one.
And protractors.
I hate protractors. Protractors.
Have you ever tried to do reverse trigonometry?
No.
Wait, you know trigonometry where it's like the sum of the sides is equal to the sum of the square on the hypotenuse, which is like a triangle. It's like this, and then you try and do reverse trigonometry where it's like I want to try and find out the angles within the triangle, and you've got to like minus sin and all this crazy stuff. Well, it actually came up in my life that I had to use that, and I was not prepared.
When did you have to use trigonometry in your real life?
I had to use it because I was like, had to make a sign for work, and I had to send off the dimensions of the sign to someone that had to be exact, and it was a quadrilateral, so I had to split the quadrilateral into 2 triangles, figure out the sum of the hypotenuse, and then figure out the angles because it was like an off quadrilateral, so like a trapezoid that was slightly broken.
Maths.
And then I had a calculator out. It was the worst thing that I've ever done.
Elephant man. Booga booga booga. I hate trigonometry so much. Did I tell you what I got on my trigonometry final in high school?
What?
You fucking ready for this shit?
2%?
Wow, you think I'm very stupid, don't you? It was 12, okay? Fucking 12, alright?
I don't know. I got 2% in a maths test.
I got 9, I think, was my lowest
2%
ever.
was my lowest. And they sort of spoke to me and they said, you're in maths too.
Oh, no,
I need to move you down.
Yeah! Well, great, you got to move down. That's awesome. I never got that. My teacher, Mrs. Molyneux or whatever, she was always like, hey, guess what? You're a lazy piece of shit. Fuck you. You stay in maths too now, lol. And I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, there's nothing about this I can do. Like, why? Send me to a class where they don't care if I fail.
I got moved to like the best class ever. It's like, we got coloring in books. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Watch you Finding Nemo, guys. How many fish are on the screen? Good job. Everyone gets candy. Everyone gets candy. It's just like the opening scene with Nemo by himself. It's just like
one.
Yeah, one. You get some candy.
That's what happened. How'd you know? Were you there?
I heard about it from Pez because he moved down too.
Well,
no, that was the thing though, because Pez was getting 100% on all his tests, and he was in Maths 3, and I was getting like 12% on my test, and I was in Maths 2, and then me and Pez were like, can you switch us to like the teachers? And they're like, no, idiots. Pez doesn't try in maths, and you are too lazy, and it's like, it was so backwards. So I dropped maths.
I had like a pair of gloves at one stage when I was in maths 2. I think this is my trick to get out of it.
Okay.
And I said to the teacher, like, can I move down? This is really hard. She's like, no, you could stay. And so I was sitting next to a guy called Quinny.
Oh, I like Quinny.
And I was like, had my gloves and I was picking out all the bits of fluff. And then I said to Quinny, hey, Quinny, it's Fluff Mountain. And it was like this pile of fluff on the desk.
That's awesome.
And then like the teacher was like, you go on. Thank God for that.
I wish that. Oh man, what the fuck? You make Fluff Mountain. I literally every single day in maths.
This is traced around your hand.
I would no.
5 fingers.
Oh, if you mean by traced around my hand, 3D traced my hand because I drew fucking vines all the way up my arm every single day and didn't do maths for months because I was like, I don't fucking understand any of this, and you're not even helping me, and you won't let me go down to a place where I would understand it. So
sort of got to that point where it was like you were too far gone.
Yeah, no, I was left behind already, and I was like, there's nothing I can fucking do. It's not like I can just pick up in the middle of trigonometry. Like, see ya. And I let everyone.
Causes, yeah, that makes sense now.
Oh, I knew how to put it into a calculator.
Did you know how to?
Doesn't mean I used that knowledge.
Actually, use that within an equation.
I mean, I remember.
Did you used to you type it and you'd be like, oh, yeah, that times that. Now I press this button. Syntax error.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, that was my life. But you remember Grace? I did that test with next to her, and she didn't even write answers. She just turned to the back page, wrote syntax error in big letters on the back page, and then that was it. And I was just like, great, that's hilarious. I wish I had thought of that.
I think she went through to year 12.
No, she went through year 12 at a crazy private school that she got a scholarship to.
Really?
Yeah, that's where she went.
Oh. That's crazy.
She got a scholarship to a fucking creative arts high school in Brisbane, where you get to do whatever the fuck you want and learn art and like writing and literature and shit. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. I'll just sit here drawing tanks. Bye. I literally answered one of those tests in the trigonometry test with a tank. I just drew a tank as the answer. It was good.
It's like 12%.
Yeah, I got 12. I think that was the irony of it. Like I was doing things correctly, but then like I just gave up. It's like, fuck this.
My 2%, I never drew tanks. I wrote numbers and actually had lists of working out.
Sissy.
And I got 2% for like...
I'm pretty sure the square root of sine is panzer. So, you know, there you go. Bada bing, bada boom.
Square root of sine.
Square root of sine. That's how maths works, right? Nailed it. Nail gun.
Snail mail.
Snail gun. Snail gun. You just get snails all over the face. It's like a fucking orange cannon or whatever. You pull the glove back and it just slingshots snails.
Derek.
Darn.
There's this part where it's like,
I've seen it, dude.
what is snails? You guys eat snails? Do you guys eat slugs too? And it's like, no, we don't eat slugs. So
when's the funny part?
that was the fun.
When's the joke happen? Oh right, it's a Ricky Gervais show. I forgot.
It's the way. It's the delivery. It's not the punchline.
Is it? I'm all for it. I get it. It's like he's changing his whole thing up. He's doing like a different sort of show than he normally was doing.
And Kev, have you seen anything to do with Kev in it? Is Kev that not funny at all?
Is that the janitor?
Kev's like the dude that's just like drinks beers all the time. He's just in there.
Nope.
No.
Don't care for him.
You wait till you see his family. It's like,
oh, I'll wait. I'll watch the whole series of Derek, and then I'll come back and be like, that was a waste of my time.
I've got my black sheep brothers coming. They're like, any worse than Kev?
And the punchline is,
what was the punchline?
When? I did it. I missed it. Can you say it again?
Just watch it.
Could you explain it to me?
I don't need to.
You don't need to. I know that's pretty much what every Rick Gervais fan would say. Look,
you sit right there.
I just don't like Rick Gervais. Like, no, I like instinctively hate the man. Like he's a piece of shit.
I don't like his personality and his. I'm not a fan of atheists.
Oh, I don't give a. Okay. What? No. Anyway. What?
No, it's like it's like the stereotype of an atheist.
Oh, like they kind of up themselves.
Yeah, that up themselves thing. I'm not a fan of that.
No, I don't like that either. But I just don't think Rick Gervais is that. No, he's not that clever. I just don't like him. I think like Dad really liked Derek, and I saw like large chunks of Derek, like here and there. But it's like I just don't care for the man. I don't think he gets my sense of humor. He's like so dry that I just turn off. I'm just
what
like.
About extras? Is it too?
Everyone else but Ricky Gervais in extras was funny.
Is it the most?
Ricky Gervais was a piece of shit walking around in human clothes.
I think like the awkwardness of the comedy, does it just make you feel more awkward?
No, I love awkward comedy. You know what, dude? You always said this. I mean, we kind of got different things, but like, remember when I gave you "I Love You, Philip Morris" and you said
Oh, no.
That's the funniest scene in that movie. That is hilarious. If you haven't seen I Love You, Philip Morris, there's a hardcore gay sex scene between Jim Carrey and some weird Latino dude, and it's the funniest fucking thing in the world. He fucking turned it off. He was like, "Oh, I can't handle this. Oh, very improper. Oh, no, no. Not on my television. No. Back to Sesame Street. I don't fucking know, but like, I don't know. I was just thinking about Sesame Street. No, but like, I just think they have different sensibilities with that stuff. Because like, I thought that was hilarious. I was like not confronting at all. That was like the funniest thing in the world. Because it's like this scene where he's like, Jim Carrey's narrating it, and then he's like sort of explaining his life out and stuff, and then he's also like, I'm also secretly very gay, and then he's like pans down, he's just butt fucking dude, and the guy's like, come in my ass, and then Jim Carrey's like, oh yeah, and it's like the funniest thing in the world. Hilarious.
There's a bit in Derek that you will love where the guy's like, where Eric, Kev's brother.
I don't know, but none of the characters in that like
resonate. They don't resonate as realistic characters, or
it doesn't have to be realistic. I just feel like that was an awkward moment that was funny because of its awkwardness, and I feel like the awkwardness Ricky Gervais brings is like dry and not. I don't think he's that clever. I think he's just kind of smarmy. And like, I don't know. I don't like him. I don't know what thing.
Are you not offended by him though?
No, I don't give a flying fuck. You can watch whatever you want. Life's Too Short's pretty good. Around Idiot Abroad, I like Ricky Gervais in An Idiot Abroad. He plays that character well because it's exactly who he is. Yeah. He plays an asshole that's like torturing his friend well. And then I hate him more, but like I think he works in that setting.
What about in the UK Office?
I hate the UK Office. I'm sorry. I fucking hate that show.
That's strange.
I can't stand. I think
only ever seen
fucking
people...
hipsters, man. It's not true. It's not true. The American Office is better. Season 5 onward. But first 5 seasons of the American Office sucked dick. I get that. But like the British Office was so boring. Nothing fucking happens in that show. And they're like, it's so high concept because it's a mockumentary. But then the American Office shows up and it's like, we have a storyline. It's like, oh cool. Like I'm invested, and I kind of like that there's like a through line. I like the relationship between Pam and Jim. I like all these things. But I just feel like the UK Office was just like, Staples, I guess
there's no character building. He doesn't build characters.
Well, by the end of the UK Office, what have they learned? I mean, that's the thing, right? And by the end of the American Office, like
nothing. The Office shut down, and that was it.
In the UK one, but in the American one, you have like Michael gets married and like finds someone that he can love, which is insane. That's weird. Dwight takes over the office for like a season and gets fired for like letting off a loaded gun in an office and shit. Like they do a lot more with it, and they like expand that universe and let Dwight have a family and like all these different things. And I thought it was better. I just thought it was better. Like I
did think it was better.
I thought it was better once it had time.
The other one had value.
Yeah, it might have value, but not good value. Probably like. Just have no way to explain how I feel about that without saying horrible things. I don't like him. I don't think he's funny. And Ghost Town or whatever, that pissed me off.
Yeah, that was weird.
No, How to Make Up a Lie or whatever. What was that one? The first lie in history or whatever.
Yeah, that was a weird movie.
It was dumb. He turned into Jesus. What the fuck was that? The whole movie was about how he invented religion so that his mum wouldn't be scared or whatever. And he accidentally becomes Jesus, and I'm like, that's very much what I expected out of you, Ricky.
Invention of lying.
Yeah. I don't know. I respect what he does, but I don't think he's my situation. He's too based in reality. That's the problem. And like Derek's hard for me as well because
it's not escapism, is it? It's more just like
let's
try and make a funny situation.
It's like satire of reality, but like to some crazy level. And Derek's just too like I don't know. I have a lot of trouble handling sort of dramas and like dramatic elements surrounding mental illness and things like that. And the character of Derek just inherently makes me sad. Like I can't. It's really like hard for me to watch it, and like then they're making jokes and stuff, and I'm just like I want to cry. Like I'm just like.
But that's the thing is like.
I get it. Like
there's a link between those two things mentally. Like, because I remember learning it uni was if you tell a joke
Yeah.
and you surprise people with a joke, then they're more open to become like affected by a sad story after.
Oh, of course, their emotions get.
And if you tell someone a sad story,
Yeah.
then they hear the sad story, they're going to laugh more at the joke that comes up.
Okay.
So that's what he plays with a lot. So
That's interesting.
if you pause it like where it is sad, it's like you stay sad. But then when he hits you with the punchline, it's like, oh yeah, everything's okay again.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, but it doesn't get okay. It just leaves me hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, it's probably a really nice story. It's probably very sweet. It's probably really cool. I don't like Ricky Gervais very much as a from a starting point. That's exactly the kind of show that's just gonna like make me feel bad, and like not like no matter what they're doing within it, it's just like the characters like hard for me to escape to. Yeah, like you say, escapism versus like satire of realism. Something. Bit of my nose is itchy. Yeah. That's my boss fight. Watching something with mental illness that I can deal with. Actually no, I was watching Firefly. I finished it and everything like a week ago.
The girl in Firefly.
Yeah, she's the only one I can deal with. She's charismatic and.
I can't deal with her. I'm the opposite.
Kidding?
She really like.
She really irks you.
Yeah, that irks me. Something shocking.
That's a good sentence. I like that. Irks me some shocking.
I like the part where they feigned like her becoming. Was that in the movie or was that?
You know why she's like that, right? Spoilers for Firefly coming up.
Remember they took hold of her and she had like some power.
They lobotomized her over and over again to unlock her psychic potential. So they like cut her brain open repeatedly, and like and it's in that episode Blue Hands or whatever the fuck, the one where they go to the Alliance Hospital to raid
I remember that.
thing.
That really irked me.
And then
that whole thing.
I think I think it's perfect. I think they nailed it. Like I watch it and I don't feel it. Like I get it, but I don't like. It doesn't hurt me. I'm like, okay, cool. And like she has freakouts, and she's very much a paranoid schizophrenic on a spaceship kind of thing. And it's like, and like they do that caring so well though, and the fact that Simon's there and their relationship and stuff, like there's so much about it that like makes it okay. And she has her hero moments. She still has those moments where she's like. Where she's like, they go to that space station, she kills those 3 guards without even looking. She just like pokes her head around the corner and sees them all, and she's like, let me play or something. And like takes the gun off Kaylee and just like spins around with her eyes shut and shoots them all in the face. And it's like, that was like, I don't know, she has an appropriate amount of action that backs up this other thing, and it like sort of creates like questions and interesting dialogue there. And sad moments too, though. Like I get it. Like it is really. There are some really sad moments for her and Simon as well. But I think something about that crew just feels so at home. It feels so much like family that I can deal with.
Is Firefly on Netflix?
Yeah, that's where I watch.
I reckon that's a hint towards Netflix taking over Firefly, because Netflix took over Derek, and they made the next season of Derek and special.
That's what So there's a whole other season on there.
Yeah, Netflix.
Because I was telling Dad.
Funded the season.
I was telling Dad that there was something else on there and you should check it out.
Season
I didn't know
1,
what it was.
That's what I'm saying. Season 1 was like okay, but season 2 is actually a lot better and a lot more profound and a lot more
interesting.
A lot more progressive.
Have you watched a Netflix show yet that you didn't like?
Yeah.
Did you? What was it?
Popular opinion, that Video Game High School. That's not.
That's not a Netflix.
Original, yeah.
That's a YouTube show. Yeah. And no wonder, like that show doesn't even have any money when it started either. I don't know. Keep watching. If you get to season 2, I think you'll like it. I think like Video Game High School is a bit corny and it's a bit lame, but it has so much like it's so rich and it's so full of heart. It's really independent. It's really fun. And once you get up to the action sequences in season 3, dude, they're fucking insane. They're like full on wars. They're like got jet fighters coming through and these giant like real explosions they're using and stuff. So like it looks amazing.
Yeah, I think everything on Netflix is pretty.
They're good. They know what they're doing. I haven't watched BoJack Horseman yet. I'm a bit nervous about that.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I'm a bit like, but that's it. Like, let me watch. I want to watch Marco Polo as well. And Daredevil's been great. Daredevil reminds me of Hotline Miami for some reason. Like constantly, every time there's a fight scene or something in a hospital or some shit, I'm just like, fuck this is so like the speed and the music and everything about it just reminds me of Hotline Miami for some reason. I don't know why, but I like that it does.
I need to catch up on like Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, I watched the
You don't
first.
like that one?
I watched the first few episodes. Parents did as well. And I don't think any of us liked it. It's naff.
Nah.
Naff. Yeah. It's like meh.
Distasteful.
It's like meh, but it's like naff. Naff's worse than meh, I think. Like they change positions in my mind.
I reckon it's alright. I enjoy it. I reckon it's a bit heavy.
Bit naff.
Bit naff.
Bit like eh. I don't know. Like it's just like what's the end game?
I just thought she gets out of prison.
Great. She's a lesbian at that point. What decisions are we
I
making?
just thought
Is she
it's a
married to that black lady? I get like I like the
What episode?
I like
did you
some
go
of
up
the
to the
characters.
chicken episode.
Which numbers, please?
It was like episode 6 or something.
Probably not them. I know I made it at least
The
3
mystery
episodes
chicken.
in. At least 3 episodes in.
That's where it sort of adds a bit more comedy to it and a bit more of a far-fetched vibe. And this chicken gets in the prison. It's like, oh my god, she's mentioning the chicken, and it becomes like an urban legend. Is this chicken that they want to catch and eat?
It's like Community.
Yeah, so it's similar to sort of like a funny sketch that sort of goes down.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, but yeah, of course they were gonna have to establish characters and do all that
Yeah.
before they could do anything else. But it was so weird. It was like, oh no, I'm a white lady in prison, and then it's like, oh, my ex-Colombian drug dealer lesbian girlfriend's here. Whoa.
Yeah, I guess that.
I've been claimed by a black lady. I'm like, I don't understand anything that's going on in this show. I don't understand where they're going. I don't understand, like, there's no... I mean, yeah, I guess there's turmoil between her and her, like, ex-girlfriend. But then they started
husband's-
fucking or something.
The husband's a columnist, and he starts writing a story on edging.
Edging?
You gotta watch it.
Oh, edging. If it's the sex thing, I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, God. They made a joke about that in Broad City the other week, and it was pretty good. It's pretty good. Because have you seen Broad City? So these 2 chicks live in New York, and then I think I told you about it once before. But there's this guy called Bevers that's dating one of the chick's roommates, and he's like the most disgusting human being ever. Like he just sits around and plays video games. It's like whenever Abby comes home, Abby's one of the chicks. He's always like invented or like he's done something weird. And like, so it's just like, she'll come back and he'll have like the old people grabby hand things, and he'll have like a mini fridge he's set up next to the couch. And he's like, look, I don't even have to get up anymore. He's like trying to pull Starbucks drinks out of this thing, and they're just going everywhere. And he's like, I'll get it. Don't worry. He's just like the worst person ever. But yeah, he talks about edging because he's like got some crazy rich girlfriend that you'd never see in the show, but she's one of their roommates. And yeah, he was like, we've been edging. And they're like, what's that? It's weird. Urban Dictionary edging if you're a freak.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But anyway, he approaches like a mainstream newspaper and he says, I've got an article on edging. And they're just like, what are you doing?
Does he write about pagan? Pagan?
Pagan.
I think it's meant to be pegging, but it's like peg. Get pegged.
No, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to know. No. No, thank you.
It's when the girl fucks a guy with a dildo.
You had to wait till I was about to check.
I was waiting for you to like think I wasn't gonna say it out loud. I love that edging is like not as bad as that, but like we both know what edging is. I think I do.
Stretch time.
Sleep time.
Intermission.
Yeah, I think we're ending. I think we're
Bring it to
over,
a
dude.
close.
Dude, it's been so. I just slapped you as hard as I could. Right now. You turned back around. I was like, April Fools, and I run away.
Have you seen a haunted house? It's like the parody of Paranormal Activity.
Oh no, but I'm so over horror parodies.
Yeah, you just watch this one scene where it's like the girl becomes possessed and she stands up out of the bed and then she walks around to the other side of the bed and the guy's just sleeping there. and she just slaps him as hard as she can in the face. And he's like, oh. He gets woken up by this massive slap. But it's like a demon slap as well. So it was like she walks around and she's just standing there for like 3 hours, so sort of swaying, and then it sort of this like boom starts to build up. It was like, ooh. That's a good thing.
I feel like Scary Movie and the whole Scary Movie franchise really like messed parodies up for me. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Scary Movie, and all the even numbers Scary Movies suck, but all the odd numbers ones are pretty funny. I found.
I don't even.
1 and 3 are good.
I don't even remember Scary Movies. I think they're that bad that I just sort of.
I don't blame you. They're funny. Like the first one's good. The first one's so solid, I reckon. It's like got heaps of good little jokes in it. Right? That parody of Scream was that black guy. He's talking about like he's trying to like brag on TV about like.
Them all when I was like pre-teen.
Yeah, I watched them when I was really young too.
And I watched lots of horror movies when I was little.
I started watching horror movies when I was around 12.
My friend was like, "Hey, you want to watch like Nightmare on Elm Street?" Yeah, sure. I'd love to do that when I'm like.
Yes, I do.
I already have trouble sleeping. Yes, please.
Or yes, please. Thank you. Dankeschön. Arigato gozaimasu.
Yes, I know.
Oh. And hang up.
Oh, Sawadee Cup.
What did you just say? You just call me a Sawadee Cup?
Sawadee Cup. It's Thai for hello. Hello. Sawadee Cup.
Annyeonghaseyo.
I don't know what that means. I just replied.
That's Korean.
Thai thing.
That's Korean for hello, how are you, I think. Annyeonghaseyo.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Annyeong.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Haseyo. Annyeonghaseyo.
Yeah. Is Laszlo Korean now? Is that what I'm getting?
Jesus fucking Christ. That's the sentence you're gonna say to me? Is Laszlo Korean now?
Well,
Laszlo lives in Korea. He teaches English, yeah. He's got like a whole setup over there.
Can he speak Korean now?
I think he's been learning it. I think he's been learning it.
He's been there for like 3-4 years.
Yeah, but it's like it's a hard language and stuff as I understand it. Like it's like Japanese, Korean, Chinese that order or something of difficulty. Chinese is definitely the hardest. I think it's fucking brutal.
Because it's all about intonation and like.
Yeah, it's like really weird. Japanese has a lot of that in it too, and because Japanese has like 3 different sets of written characters, there's a lot of like language issues with the Japanese language, like about mismatching information.
I reckon Thai's text is the hardest to read. It's so all over the place.
It's like Sanskrit, right? It's real close to Sanskrit, as I recall.
If there's no spacing, it's just
yeah.
Like, blah, 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 blah.
Sanskrit does.
But then it's like you don't just read it from side to side. You got to like go. Read it this way, jump over here, read under here, go over here, jump up high, read down low again.
Go to page 51. You were killed by a skeleton. Go to the start of the book. Let's just turn this into a Goosebumps podcast.
Goosebumps podcast.
We just read Goosebumps books.
You got Goosebumps books?
I think I do something.
Some kid dissed Goosebumps books.
What?
It's like
they fucking crack him across the head?
No, the old ones are really bad.
They are, but shut up.
They're amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, what? The new ones are better? Is that what he's fucking trying to tell me?
The new ones are literally all the doll ones.
Oh yeah, but that's like they did a franchising thing, and I don't even think Harold Stein was writing by that point. Like he was barely writing when he was making Goosebumps.
He barely ever wrote. He's just like, I got an idea. 3 words.
They started with the cover design, I think. That's like how Goosebumps was made, and they had a bunch of ghostwriters that wrote it under his name, and there was like a few that he did.
Remember I wrote a ghost book once and entered into a competition. Didn't win.
Just like a creepypasta. Maybe you should just give up with spooky stories. You're not having good luck.
Yeah, you remember book clubs where like you get this little pamphlet.
Oh, at school, Scholastic book clubs.
And then and then you could order in some books and stuff. I ordered in like Spooky Master Class.
That's
like,
where I bought Age of Empires.
Spooky book.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, so I got this skeleton pen and I was like,
I'm gonna write a spooky book. I feel like I've done that before too.
I think I wrote the book and then I was like, hang on a sec, this is just the ghost mansion from Mario 64. It was about a piano that eats someone. I'm like, yeah, I must have just played that.
That's fine.
When I look back at all the stories I wrote, it's literally all video game plots.
Dude, all art takes from something, right? Like you have to appropriate a story or a device or like a thought from somewhere. Nothing's original. That's just like the rule. I get that.
I remember I wrote a joke and I got like A+ for it, and it was in year 1, and it was like that was for creative writing, and then the teacher demanded I write another joke, and she was really upset with this other joke I wrote.
Was it real racist?
It wasn't.
It was
It
super
just
racist.
wasn't as funny, and she was
We're
really
like, what's the
disappointed.
difference between Jews and blacks?
But like my joke that I wrote was what chicken? No, what how's it go?
Why did the chicken marry an Indian?
policeman walked up to a
So I'm
chicken.
trying to think of racist jokes you
A
could have told.
policeman walks up to a chicken, and the policeman says like, "What are you doing?" And the chicken goes, "Ah," and then the policeman says, "Excuse me," and the chicken goes, "Ah," and then the policeman says, "Sorry, I'm arresting you for foul language." So that was the joke.
I like that.
I forgot what the punchline was, foul language. And so I sort of like was trying to figure it out. So in the end, I wrote, "I'm arresting you for farty poo." And that was what I wrote and gave to the teacher. And she absolutely loved it. Just like, how is that?
What?
I know, right?
I'm arresting you for farting pool.
Genius.
You nailed it. Hammer on the head.
And then I wrote another joke. I think it was like, why didn't the skeleton go to the party? Because it had nobody to go with. And I just wrote that.
Plagiarized that directly from a joke book.
Yeah, that's what she picked up on.
101 Jokes for Kids, I think, was the one you took it from. And
By Glenn Singleton.
Glenn Singleton.
No, serious. That's what. And he also did the 101 magic tricks and
Oh,
stuff.
did he? He had a big hand in the kids' entertainment book sector. Oh my gosh, I should check Twitter more.
Boss Rush. That should say.
Spaceballs, come on. Desiree, I do remember Spaceballs. You like Spaceballs? Have you seen Spaceballs? What? You gotta turn it off. What? Dude?
Major Splug. The Splug is just when you
favorite sex move? Major Splurge.
Isn't the Splug like just nonsense yapping?
Apparently. That's what I've just been told. Splurge. Splurge, maybe? What are you on the end of that? Splug, yep, yeah. I wonder how many characters do we get?
A lot.
Oh wow, yeah. Look at all those character spaces. Alright, cool. I'm sure I've written worse things.
I like how you write whatever and it's like, I'm fine with it. And I write something that's like slightly racy.
It's not even racy. I just think splurg sounds like a weird word. Oh, you know I wouldn't stop you.
Gets to a weird stage with this cup where you start drinking and then you realize you're looking into your own eyes because the bottom is reflective and it's like...
You played Metroid Prime? If you shoot a wall with a supercharge, you do that. You see your reflection in your visor because there's like light behind it or something, and it's very unsettling. Especially when you think there's walls on it. Walls have eyes. Or something.
What are we talking about next week?
Locations in gaming. Favorite locations in gaming. Do you like New York City? You go to New York City and some games. It's a cool time. Huh? You like it?
No, I don't.
No, it's a good one. You like the Bomb Battlefield? That's a cool time.
What about favorite unsettling moments in games?
I feel like we did a lot of that around Halloween.
Did we? Spooky Easter.
Spooky Christmas. Spooky Easter. I think we should get a bit diverse this year. Let's do Spooky Kwanzaa, Spooky Passover, Halloween versions of every holiday. No, okay, wait. Why? What's wrong with like cool locations, like the Zora Palace and stuff in Ocarina of Time, and like
so
if you could take a
cool game build.
Let me put it this way. No, let me put it this way. If you could take a holiday in any game,
Okay.
Where would it be? Where would it be?
Think about that
Where
one.
would you go?
We'll ask you that next week.
We asked them now.
Dang it.
Shit. If you send us responses before next week,
We'll talk about your responses live.
I'll write them down.
Will you?
Yeah. No, I will. I've got a note. I've got so many notes in my phone for this podcast that I just don't use anymore. Because people don't care. No one looks at my Facebook posts. I just gave up. Fucking.
I didn't get Facebook posts. My Facebook is literally eBay now.
But that sucks. Well, weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. It has. Hey, I'm selling this. It's like, I know you. No, I'm not even on my friends list. How am I getting your post?
I think Desiree fixed it. Unsettling moments you believe there is some sort of moment.
There is.
We could talk about most unsettling locations.
Yeah, most unsettling locations in games and favorite place to take a holiday.
Yeah, let's do the yin and yang of locations in gaming.
Yeah. Think about that one. Get back to us.
What's your favorite place? What's your least favorite
word
place?
essay.
On my desk by tomorrow, please. Or you might have to. We'll have to get your parents in.
Monday. Can I have an extension on that?
Sorry. I'm gonna have to get Lisa in to discuss your performance. Sorry about that, Kieran. Maybe if you could pick it up, you pull it together before the end of time would be alright. But
can I?
You know, right now where it stands,
Can I pay
you're
you?
looking to be expelled.
Can I give you $10?
You're trying to bribe a teacher?
Is that allowed?
You're trying to bribe?
Is
That's
there
illegal.
anything- It is.
That's completely illegal.
Okay.
You're
Do you
arrested
want to
now.
give me $10?
You go in jail. Going to juvie.
Oh man.
That's school jail. Oh,
Can't believe this has happened.
Yeah, that took a twist. That was a weird end.
I guess I won't be here next time. You have to
So-
get the frog puppet in to fill in.
Where has he been this whole time? Froggy Bear.
Froggy Bear.
Oh, he's here. He was here the whole time, operating the iPhone. No. No. You killed him. You might actually go to juvie now. You killed the dude.
He's alright. Frogs breathe through their skin.
Excuse me, is that true?
I'm pretty sure.
That sounds true.
It does, right? It sounds like a legitimate fact.
Does silent kill count? I mean, it's an alternate reality, but still.
He wants to take a holiday in Silent Hill.
I think that's a combination of holiday plus unsettling location. You get like both with Silent Hill.
Holiday.
No, Silent Hill's great. I agree. It's like a beautiful place. It's like really interesting. I really like the design of Silent Hill. That's what I'm sort of getting at. Like, it's a cool
I
situation.
think I'd want to take a holiday in
Daytime
Super
Silent
Mario
Hill.
Sunshine, probably.
Oh my god. Okay, next week. So fuck, we're gonna waste them all.
Alright, next week we're talking about something else now.
What about the Great Temple Bay, but before all the Zoras died, so there's still some like people around, still something going on. Yeah, you can surf on the back of the Zora Queen.
Yeah.
You're kicking her in the back of the head, and you're like, "Go faster!"
Zora King, because they're so big and blobby. It's like,
Oh yeah, Zora Kings are fat. What's wrong with? There's no queens. Do they eat the queen?
there are no queens.
There's only princesses. Does the king have to eat a Zora Queen to become a Zora King, and that's why there's chubs? Find out next week. Same time on Hidden Secrets of Video Games Weekly. It's a new podcast.
Brought to you by.
We make up rumors about video games.
Brought to you by.
Donkey Kong was originally meant to be a banana holding a machine gun. They changed his character model for fear of racial slurs.
Sonic the Hedgehog was originally a pine cone in development.
His roll attack was actually he'd shoot his spikes out, and it would impale his head. His robotic would bleed out on the floors. Oh no! Jesus.
Monster Hunter was originally put forward as a gardening game.
There's also a Pokemon spin-off. Just murdering Charizard. Slit his throat. Link to the Past Dark World. It's not a bad choice either. Kind of like that. Oh man, there's going to be so many. Unsettling Locations is a good one. boss fights was the reason I thought of boss fights though was Shadow of the Colossus and Monster Hunter. Shadow of the Colossus, I'd say, is probably the best boss fight game ever. It's just, have you played it? Aggro! Aggro! play Shadow of the Colossus.
And I get it. And I'll get back.
I don't even know if you'll get that.
Now.
No, you'll come back crying. It's like the saddest fucking game in the world.
I'll tell you what made me upset was like Pez posting, Pecky, no, Kurupeko, no. And I was like, but there's no Kurupeko in.
I know. Kurupeko, please, no. And then he psyched me out because I thought there was a Kurupeko after that. I was like, yeah! And then it was like, you get Gypsaros.
Purple Gypsaros.
It's like a sleepy fucking shithead of a
Did you get a Gyan Cuckoo though?
Gyan Cuckoo. Oh yeah, he's alright.
No, the Gyan Cuckoo.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
The big one.
Gyan. And Yan. There's one that's just Yian.
Yeah, and then there's one that's Gia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's two. One's purple.
And one's big.
One's orange.
And one's really big. It's like a mess.
Yeah, the black one, the dark one. Have you played Monster Hunter before? Jump out a window.
I need to get on Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, Rathalos.
Rathalos.
Hey.
I saw a Rathalos, right? No, I'm pretty sure the purple one is the Yan of the Gyan.
Well, there's like a blue one as well.
Shut up. That's too many. That's too many. I don't even like the Kut. I don't know why they keep putting him in.
I like the Kut.
I hate him.
It's cute.
I like the Garuga. That's a Kut.
The Garuga Kut. That's
yeah,
the one I was
that's...
thinking of. The big one. That's the big one.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, that guy's rad.
I thought Gyan was some other dude. That was the other one. Because there's the... God damn it. Never mind. Why do you say Garuga Cuckoo? Why do you say Gyan?
Because you know it's a G? You know what other names are like? It's like...
Oh yeah, no, I do. I can't remember any of them.
Do you remember what the flesh turkey thing is?
Lopunny. Wait, so Gyarados. Fuck. Why are Pokemon so memorable in Monster Hunter? Kieran I remember because it's your name. And also I hunted them for a long time.
Is that why it's called Kiraniko?
Kiraniko.
Kiraniko.
Kiraniko's 2 words.
Kiran, Iko.
No, Kira, Nico. Nico means cat in Japanese. Kira means something else. I don't know, I haven't translated
What's
it.
the reference? The
reference? Sounds like it sounds like an angel. Sounds like an angel from Diablo. Reference, stop this now. It's madness.
Where does reference come into this?
He's my favorite Pharisean.
Whoa. Hey now. Whew. I need some more backrest. Just like this is not good.
Why do you sit backwards? Alright. So we're doing that next week. On 7 game locations and the best game location. Where do you want to go for a holiday? Where don't you want to go for a holiday? Where do you want to get imprisoned? What dungeon from a video game do you want to be in?
Where do you want to
if you had to
exiled to?
Yeah. Where do you want to get exiled from?
Yeah.
Termina. For being lewd. And then like get out.
But then it'd be a reward, really. It'd be like,
yeah.
See you guys.
That's what I'm saying. Metroid Prime World, because it's fucking sad and real dark and alone. I want to get exiled from that place. I'm just picking bad, shitty place. Venom from Star Fox. It's a fucking shitty place. Exiled back to Corneria. Just get to hang out with General Pepper and be like, drinking tea and shit. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Fantastic. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for sticking through. Really had a nice chill sesh today. It was good. I haven't had a podcast like that in a while.
Whoa.
What?
It's like a 4-hour podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like kind of out of things to say a while ago. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what my favorite game location is next week.
I already did. I stuffed it, didn't I?
Well, you said you'd go for a holiday. You never played shoulder ball? With fun puffball hat?
I got the wolf hat at home.
It's a good shoulder ball going on here. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Shoulder ball.
Gone all the way to China with this, baby.
What you do with your days now?
I'm out of work by 6 in the morning. What else am I going to do?
I've mastered shoulder ball.
I need more visitors. No! Oh, no! It's a classic shoulder ball thing that happens. I can't.
Do you want me to help you out?
No. Yeah, a professional shoulder baller never touches.
We're going to do a close.